Just started university, and my beautiful tutor turns out to be the mother of my child. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1151 Eating barbecue and drinking beer. Brother Feng, where are we going? Standing at the entrance of the hotel, Lin Feng suddenly asked. Well, to Yulong Bay. Lin Feng was stunned and answered. Okay, let's go. Lin Feng said. So everyone got on the car and set off for Yulong Bay. It was already 7:30 in the evening when they returned to Yulong Bay. I'll go. Boss, is this villa your home? This is too luxurious. Chen Dongyun ran to Lin Feng and said as soon as he got off the car. Go away. It's like you've never seen the world. Lin Feng said unhappily. Okay, let's go in, everyone sit down. This place has just been renovated not long ago, and we haven't moved in yet. As for water, the supermarket will deliver it later. My parents don't live here either, you can do whatever you want. If you're bored, you can just look around. Lin Feng said casually. Several girls chattered and visited the villa. Handsome Lin, the decoration style of your villa is great, I like it very much. Li and the others said with a smile. Oh, this, Yuxi, my parents and I designed it together. Lin Feng said casually. Wow Yuxi, you designed it yourself. This is amazing. Suana was also surprised. It's just casual, just designed according to your own preferences. Zhang Yuxi smiled and said. Wow, Yuxi, you guys, this is amazing. Li said with envy. I also want to design and decorate my future home. Xiaoyu also said. Hey, Lao Si, did you hear that? You said that she wants to design and decorate her house in the future, why don't you write it down quickly? Chen Kun took the opportunity to help. Oh, I wrote it down, the design and decoration of our house in the future will be decided by you. Chen Dongyun approached Xiaoyu with a flattering face and said. Go away. Who's with you two? Xiaoyu looked disgusted, but the smile between her eyebrows couldn't hide her inner joy. It seems that after this trip to the treasure island, the two of them will most likely succeed. Lin Feng thought to himself. At this moment, the doorbell rang. Lin Feng thought that it must be the supermarket delivery man who delivered the things. So he got up and walked to the door and opened the door. Hello, is this Mr. Lin? I'm the supermarket delivery man. Your goods have been delivered to you. Please sign for them. A staff member in supermarket work clothes said politely to Lin Feng. Oh, okay, please. Thank you. Lin Feng thanked him and signed for the goods. The supermarket staff put the things at the door and left. Hey, brothers, come and help move the things to the kitchen. Lin Feng turned around and shouted to the people in the living room. Okay boss, I'm here. Chen Dongyun and others hurried over. Then a group of people took the things to the kitchen. Next, Lin Feng and several other boys moved the grill upstairs. With the elevator, it didn't take much effort. And several girls went into the kitchen. They started to clean and process the ingredients for the barbecue. Men and women work together, and the work is not tiring. About half an hour later, everyone came to the rooftop. Wow, this rooftop is really nice. There's even a swimming pool. I remember there's one in the yard below. This is so cool. Several girls chattered in surprise. Then several boys started to build a rack and make charcoal to start a fire. And several girls sat in the leisure area on the side and chatted. The rooftop of Lin Feng's house has been divided into a leisure area. Anyway, it is very comfortable. Soon the charcoal was ready, and everyone started to barbecue. After more than 20 minutes, the first batch of barbecue came out of the oven. As for who was doing the barbecue? Of course it was Lin Feng. With Lin Feng's god-level cooking skills, who dares to show off his skills? In fact, to put it bluntly, this group of people are lazy. There is no way, the job of making barbecue can only fall on Lin Feng's head. Boss, I just found out that there is a small refrigerator up there. Boss, your rooftop is really nice. It's fully equipped. I'll go downstairs and bring the wine up. Great. After Chen Dongyun finished speaking, he ran downstairs with Chen Kun, Liang Yi and others to bring beer. Soon, everyone brought a beer and barbecue to the dining table next to them. A group of people gathered together, eating hot barbecue skewers and drinking cold beer, enjoying it very much. A gust of night wind blew, bringing a hint of coolness, and the cool beer went down the throat into the stomach. High exhaling a breath of alcohol, the whole person felt extremely comfortable. Cool. Several boys said in unison. Come on, let's have a drink together. Several girls also raised the juice in their hands, and everyone's glasses touched each other. Bang bang, bang cheers. Everyone said in unison. A group of people drank and chatted, and the barbecue was gone, so Lin Feng went to barbecue. The whole rooftop was full of laughter and joy. Fortunately, it was a single-family villa, and the distance was far, otherwise the neighbors would have heard the laughter of this group of people. Hey, it's still early, how can we drink without music? I saw a guitar in that car today, who of you can play it? Liang Yi suddenly said. Oh, this, I really can't. I can't either. Chen Dongyin and others waved their hands. Well, Brother Feng, can you play it? Zhang Anmin said to Lin Feng, who was fiddling with the barbecue over there. Huh? What? Lin Feng asked with a puzzled look. He didn't hear what they were talking about just now. That guitar, Brother Feng, can you play it? I remember that Brother Feng can play the guzheng. Zhang Anmin said. Lin Feng. Your uncle, that's a gukin. It's really terrible to be uneducated. Lin Feng glared at Zhang Anmin and said unhappily. Oh, it's all the same, he. Zhang Anmin smiled awkwardly. You just said guitar. I can play it, what's wrong? Lin Feng glanced at him helplessly. Brother Feng, you can play it. That's perfect, they said there's a guitar in the car downstairs, let's get it up, play a song and sing together to liven up the atmosphere. In October in the Magic City, beer, barbecue and music go better together. Zhang Anmin said with a smile. Oh, it's not too late now, okay, go get it. Lin Feng said casually. After that, he continued to fiddle with the barbecue in his hand. Of course, Lin Feng can play a guitar, after all, Lin Feng is proficient in musical instruments. Chapter 1152 Make a Wish on a Shooting Star. Soon, Zhang Anmin ran downstairs and took the guitar back from the car. At this time, the barbecue in Lin Feng's hand was also grilled, and the hot oil was sizzling and the aroma was overflowing. Lin Feng brought a barbecue over, and everyone ate the barbecue and drank wine happily. After eating a string of barbecue and taking a few sips of cold beer, Lin Feng clapped his hands, picked up the guitar beside him, held it in his arms, and gently plucked the strings with his fingers. Lin Feng found that the guitar was already tuned. So he raised his head and asked everyone, what do you want to listen to, or what song do you want to sing? Boss, look at me, look at me. I want to listen to Sunny Day. Chen Dongyin shouted with his hand raised. Others didn't think of what to listen to for a while, so they nodded in agreement and wanted to listen to Joe's song Sunny Day. Okay, satisfy you. Lin Feng said casually. So, after holding the guitar and brewing the emotions, he started playing. The little yellow flower of the story has been floating since the year it was born. As the guitar music sounded, Raymond Lamb sang softly to the rhythm. The cool night breeze blew past, and everyone seemed to have returned to the summer in the lyrics. The most beautiful thing is not the rainy day, but the eves where I hid from the rain with you. These lyrics describe the beautiful love of adolescence in an extremely moving and beautiful way. I don't know who took the lead, and then everyone sang along. The singing went from scattered at the beginning to uniform at the end. Once upon a time, there was someone who loved you for a long time, but the rain gradually blew the distance away. It's not easy to love you for one more day, but at the end of the story, you still seem to say goodbye. After everyone sang the last line of the lyrics in unison, they were in a trance for a long time. Only the lyrics were left, drifting away with the night wind. Okay, you have sung the song, I'm going to grill something more. Everyone come over, have some wine and chat? After speaking, Raymond Lamb gently put down the guitar, and then got up to make a barbecue. The rest of the people looked at each other. Well, you guys chat first, I'll go help Lin Feng. Zhang Yuxi stood up and said to the others with a smile. Then she ran over to grill things with Lin Feng. Wife, it's hot here. Why did you come over? Lin Feng looked up and saw Zhang Yuxi running over, and said softly. Hubby, I want to join you. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. Haha, okay. Then wife, just sit here and watch. Lin Feng said dotingly. No, I want to grill for you too. Hubby, teach me how to grill. Zhang Yuxi said softly. Okay. Then husband, teach you how to brush the sauce and how to check the heat. Lin Feng said with a smile on his face. He was very happy in his heart because of Zhang Yuxi's words. Then Lin Feng taught Zhang Yuxi how to grill. Is this thing simple? After Lin Feng taught it twice, Zhang Yuxi learned it. So, the two of them talked and laughed while fiddling with the grill. 10 minutes later. Honey, I grilled this myself, for you to eat. Zhang Yuxi picked up a piece of barbecue, blew on it, and fed it to Lin Feng after it cooled down. Lin Feng smiled and ate it in one bite. How is it? Honey, how does it taste? Is it delicious? Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng expectantly and said, yes, very delicious. My wife, you are really the best. The first time you made barbecue, it was so delicious. Lin Feng praised happily. Really? Hey. Honey, as long as you like it, I'll grill a few more pieces for you. Zhang Yuxi smiled happily. Okay, thank you, my wife. Lin Feng responded with a smile. Soon, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi grilled a large plate of skewers and took them over to eat with everyone. A group of people ate barbecue and drank at the same time, and the taste was really delicious. Well, let's play a game. I have a deck of playing cards here. Liang Wei suggested. So everyone played the most popular guessing game at present. Wow, ha ha ha. Handsome Lin, you lost. Drink, drink. Hey, classmate Yang Wei, you lost this time. Ha ha ha. Dot. In the game, people kept losing and winning, and everyone kept laughing. Everyone kept playing and unknowingly, it was already past 1 in the morning. Maybe it was because everyone was laughing and tiring to play games, or maybe it was because the barbecue Lin Feng made was too delicious. Anyway, the barbecue had been eaten up. There was only one box of beer left. Lin Feng looked at the time, it was already late. Everyone had to fly to the treasure island tomorrow. So he suggested to disperse. Liang Wei made a phone call and asked the driver at home to drive a few cars over and pick everyone up. Lin Feng glanced at Zhang Yuxi and saw that this little fool was also tired. So he didn't plan to clean up first, wait until he woke up, and clean up together tomorrow. Wife, let's take a rest first and clean up tomorrow. Lin Feng said softly. No, let's clean up now. I'm not sleepy yet. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay then. Let's go upstairs. Lin Feng held Zhang Yuxi's hand, and the two returned to the rooftop. Lin Feng first put out the charcoal fire to prevent a fire. Then the two of them cleaned up the garbage on the rooftop together. Zhang Yuxi even mopped the floor. After cleaning up all this, it was already 3 o'clock in the morning. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi slumped on the sofa in the rooftop leisure area. Zhang Yuxi gently leaned in Lin Feng's arms. Honey, look, the stars are so bright today. Zhang Yuxi looked up at the starry sky and said, well, the weather is good tonight. It may also be because this place is close to Qingchang Mountain, the air is a little better than the city. So the stars are especially bright. Lin Feng said softly. Wow. Honey, look, there's a shooting star. Zhang Yuxi suddenly jumped up from Lin Feng's arms excitedly and said loudly. Huh? It's really a shooting star. Wife, make a wish. After Lin Feng finished speaking, he and Zhang Yuxi stood and made a wish. Although Lin Feng didn't believe this, there must be some truth to this saying that has been passed down. It means to express some good wishes. Puff. The two of them made their wishes quickly, looked at each other, and couldn't help laughing. Wife, what did you wish for? Lin Feng pinched Zhang Yuxi's little nose and said softly. Huh? I won't tell you. The wish won't work if you say it out loud. Zhang Yuxi said mischievously. Chapter 1153. The local tyrant is around. The next day at noon. Everyone was fully armed, pulling their suitcases towards the plane with the private logo. Lin Feng held Zhang Yuxi's hand with one hand, and dragged a suitcase with the other hand. Both of them wore a pair of casual sunglasses on their faces. And Chen Donggyun and the others were the same. These sunglasses were bought by Chen Donggyun and the others before, and everyone had a pair. It was called the travel team, uniform equipment. Brother Feng, it's the plane in front. Liang Wei walked up and said with a smile. Well, let's go faster, Treasure Island, here we come. Lin Feng said with a smile. Let's go. Treasure Island, here we come. Everyone was excited and said with a smile. After putting away their luggage, everyone got on the plane. Wow, so luxurious. As soon as she got on the plane, Li Yi couldn't help but exclaimed. Others were also extremely shocked. Sure enough, private planes are different from ordinary passenger planes. This is too luxurious. It's just so-so. Liang Yi smiled shyly. As soon as he opened his mouth, he was met with unanimous eye rolls from everyone. What the hell? Is this also called so-so? Question mark? No pretense, we are still good friends. But to be honest, this private jet is really too luxurious. All the rest seats are made of leather, and you can even lie down and sleep. When you sit on it, your whole body sinks down, wrapping you up completely, and it is extremely comfortable. Brother Yang Wei, how much does your private jet cost? Tell me so I can give up. Otherwise I always feel that I can afford it myself, ha ha ha. Chen Dongyun said with an expression of longing and envy. Yet, I'm curious too. Li Yi and several other girls also spoke with curiosity. Oh, this. Actually, I don't know much. I bought it many years ago. My dad said at the time that it seemed to cost more than 200 million. It's been too long, I forgot, he. Liang Yi saw that everyone was looking at him, thought about it and said a little embarrassedly. Everyone. More than 200 million. This is. Forget it. I can't afford it. This is too extravagant. Lin Feng knew very well that this plane might cost more than that. After all, the power of the old man in Liang Yi's family is there. I don't know how much discount on more than 200 million has been given. Master, the plane is ready to take off. This is a man in a suit and leather shoes, who walked in front of Liang Wei and said respectfully. Okay, I know, you can get off. Liang Wei waved his hand, indicating that the man could go. Brother Feng, and everyone else, the plane is about to take off, everyone fasten your seat belts. If you want to eat or drink something, just call me. There's everything on it. Everyone take a nap, and we'll be in Treasure Island when you wake up. Liang Yi smiled and said to everyone. Everyone was not polite, and after putting forward their own requests, each of them took a glass of juice or something and drank it happily. Soon, the plane took off. Honey, I'm sleepy. I want to sleep for a while. Zhang Yuxi leaned on Lin Feng's shoulder and said softly. Yeah, I slept too late last night. Let's go to sleep. Lin Feng touched Zhang Yuxi's delicate little face with a gentle look. Yang Wei, ask someone to bring me a blanket. Lin Feng turned to Liang Wei and said. Okay, Brother Feng. Liang Wei nodded, and then ordered the servants to bring a few blankets and gave them to the girls. As for Lin Feng and the others, they were all grown men and didn't need these. After chatting for a while, everyone felt sleepy. There was no way, everyone played too late last night. So everyone closed their eyes and rested. The whole cabin became quiet in an instant. Time passed unknowingly while everyone was sleeping. About 4 or 5 hours later, the man in a suit and leather shoes walked gently to Liang Wei again. Master. The man called softly. What's wrong? Liang Wei opened his sleepy eyes and said in a daze. Master, the plane has arrived over the Treasure Island and will land in about 10 minutes. Master, you can wake up the guests. The man said softly and respectfully. Oh. Liang Wei shook his head to wake himself up. Okay, I know, you go down and prepare first. By the way, has the hotel been arranged? Liang Wei asked. Master, everything has been arranged. My family has a hotel business here. After getting off the plane, there will be a special car to pick you up. The man said respectfully again. Okay, you go down and prepare. Liang Wei yawned and waved his hand. The man immediately withdrew respectfully. At this time, Lin Feng also woke up. Yang Wei, are we almost there? Lin Feng rubbed his eyes and asked. Yeah, we are almost there. Brother Feng, let's wake everyone up. Liang Wei said. Okay. Lin Feng nodded. Oh, by the way, I have already arranged a hotel here, and someone will come to pick us up later. Liang Wei thought for a while and said. Well, okay, I originally wanted to ask Zhou to arrange it. Since you have already arranged it, then there is no need to trouble him. Lin Feng glanced and then said. Then the two began to wake up everyone. Wife. Lin Feng whispered in Zhang Yuxi's ear. Zhang Yuxi shook her eyelashes and slowly opened her eyes. Hubby, are we there? Zhang Yuxi asked a little confused. Yeah, the plane is about to land, let's get ready. Lin Feng rubbed Zhang Yuxi's little head and said gently. Lin Feng and Liang Wei woke everyone up. Everyone looked a little dazed as if they hadn't woken up yet. About 10 minutes later, the plane landed safely at Taobai Airport. Everyone stood in a row after getting off the plane. Huh? We're finally here. Everyone's face was filled with smiles. Brother Feng, let's take a photo together. Zhang Anman suggested. Yeah, sure. Then let's take a photo together. Yang Wei, call someone over to take a few photos for us. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, Li Yang also had a smile on his face. He then called a staff member over to help take photos for everyone. Okay, like this, hold still. 1, 2, 3. Click. Everyone stood under the plane wearing sunglasses, with smiles on their faces. This moment was permanently recorded by the camera. Chapter 1154. I'm already there, the north of the island. Then, the random staff helped to take the luggage outside the airport. At this time, several extended Lincoln luxury cars were parked outside the airport waiting for everyone. As soon as he got in the car, Lin Feng's phone rang. Quietly holding the blue and white token and keeping the promise, parting is always spent in frustration. Lin Feng took out his phone and took a look, and found that it was Zhou calling. He smiled and pressed the answer button. Hello, Lin Feng said with a smile. Hello, brother Lin Feng, have you set off? Damn it, you won't lie to me and say you don't come again. Zhou's voice came from the other end of the phone. Lin Feng. Damn it, am I that kind of person? I'm already here, Daobei. You're really a motorcycle. Lin Feng imitated Zhou's tone and said jokingly. What? You're already here. Where are you? I'll ask someone to pick you up right now. Zhou was a little embarrassed, and immediately changed his tone and said in surprise. Well, I'm here. You don't need to arrange for someone to come. I have someone here to help arrange it, so you don't have to bother your assistant. Raymond Lam said with a smile. Is it true? You're not kidding me, are you? Zhou said suspiciously. Raymond Lam. You're really cool. I'm really here. I'm in the car now. I'll send you the address when I get to the hotel. If you don't come, I don't know where your concert will be held. Raymond Lam said speechlessly. Hey. I'm really here. That's fine. Wait a minute, I'll sneak over to find you after rehearsal. Remember to send me the address. Zhou said with a smile. Okay, I get it. You go do your thing first. Come over for dinner later. Raymond Lam said helplessly. Okay, hang up first. Zhou said with satisfaction. Then the two of them hung up the phone. Soon everyone arrived at the hotel where they were staying. Li Yangwei had arranged everything. All of them were luxury suites. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi were already engaged, so they naturally lived together. The other three girls lived in a suite. Chen Dongying and the others had to split into two groups and live in 2 rooms. After all, living together is good for care. After putting away the luggage and washing up, it was already past 6 in the afternoon. Lin Feng sent Zhou the address. Zhou replied that he would come over soon. Dong dong dong. Boss, brother Yang Wei has arranged a dinner, let's go to dinner together. There was a knock on Lin Feng's door, and the voices of Chen Dongying and others came from the door. Lin Feng opened the door and let them in. Well, Zhou said he would come over later, let's have dinner together when he arrives. Lin Feng said casually. Huh? Boss, what did you say? Chen Dongying and the others said in shock. Why are you so surprised? Lin Feng glared at them and said unhappily. No, boss, you just said Zhou. Chen Dongying said cautiously. Well, what's wrong? Lin Feng said casually. He is coming over. Chen Dongying said again to confirm. Yeah, didn't I tell you? I came here this time because Jay invited me to his concert, so I came here. Lin Feng said with some confusion. Why are these guys so surprised? Didn't I tell them? Chen Dongying and others. Boss, you didn't tell me, okay. Oh my god. Boss, you actually know Zhou. This is too awesome. Chen Dongying couldn't help but exclaimed. Lin Feng. What's so awesome about this? Well, he's coming over soon anyway, and you can see him. Now, all of you go away. I want to take a shower. The weather in this treasure island is really weird, it's uncomfortable all over. Lin Feng said unhappily. Chen Dongying and others. Then they walked out of Lin Feng's room with a look of shock. Oh my god. This boss is really. He can do anything. Chen Dongying and others stood at the door of the room and talked to themselves. No, it seems that I have to go to Yang Wei and the others to ask about the boss's past. He even knows Zhou. What did the boss do in the past? Chen Dongying said and immediately ran to Li Yangwei's room. You mean, When the boss and his sister-in-law got engaged, Jejo came to sing and congratulate. In Li Yangwei's room, Chen Donggyun was shocked after hearing what Li Yangwei said. Yes, we were in Beijing during the summer vacation before, and Jejo happened to be there, and we played together. Oh, that's right. The title song of Jejo's new album was written by Brother Feng. When we were in Beijing, we were also present at Jejo's new album promotion meeting. Li Yangwei thought for a while and said, Chen Donggyun. This. Boss, what did you do before? Chen Donggyun muttered to himself. Oh, to be honest, I was also shocked at the time. You don't know. When I first met Brother Feng's driving skills were simply amazing. The professional racers I have seen are not as good as him. At that time, Brother Feng and I were racing. You don't know, on Qingcheng Mountain Road, there are several consecutive bends, and Brother Feng passed them at the maximum speed. At that time, I was almost scared to death. Now when I think about it, I can't help but tremble. Li Yangwei said with a sigh. Chen Donggyun. This is fucking. How many things does the boss have that we don't know? Ha ha ha. You'll be fine once you get used to it. Brother Feng is a person that cannot be viewed with the eyes of ordinary people. Anyway, my old man has such higher regard for Brother Feng. As long as I'm with Brother Feng, he will happily agree to anything. Even for this private plane, as soon as I said I was going with Brother Feng, the old man agreed without saying a word. If I use it myself, I'm afraid I'll have to talk for a while. Li Yangwei said helplessly. Okay. I can only say that we compare ourselves with a boss. Brother Feng is the sky, we are not even as good as the earth. Chen Donggyun also had a look of emotion on his face. Hey. Don't worry, you'll be fine once you get used to it. Li Yangwei patted Chen Donggyun on the shoulder and said with a smile. Chapter 1155 Jejo's studio. Soon, around 7:30 in the evening, Jejo, wearing a baseball cap and a black mask on his face, rushed to the hotel where Raymond Lam was staying. Hey, brother Raymond Lam, I'm here. What's your room number? Jejo stood at the door of the hotel, took out his phone stealthily, and called Raymond Lam. His appearance had attracted the attention of the hotel security. If Raymond Lam hadn't come down to pick him up immediately, I'm afraid the security would have rushed forward to chase him away. Raymond Lam took Jejo back to the hotel room. Sister Yuxi, long time no see. As soon as he entered the living room of the hotel room, Jejo greeted Zhang Yuxi. Jejo, long time no see. Zhang Yuxi responded with a smile. Hey, why are you so sneaky? I just went downstairs and saw the security guard looking at you like you were a thief. Raymond Lam looked at Jejo and couldn't help laughing. Oh, there's nothing I can do. Those paparazzi are really annoying. Jejo smiled helplessly. Then he took off his mask and baseball cap. Ha ha ha. You are a big star. Lin Feng laughed with a gloating look. You. Damn it. You are still laughing. If it wasn't for seeing you, would I do this? Jay rolled his eyes at Lin Feng and said unhappily. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's get ready. I'll call my friends and let's go down to the box and have dinner. They're all starving waiting for you. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, let's go. Jay nodded and said a little embarrassedly. Then Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi's hand and asked them to go out. He called Chen Donggyun and Xiaoyu and went downstairs to the box of the hotel. Lin Feng didn't introduce Jejo either. He planned to introduce him after entering the box. After all, it was not very convenient. And Xiaoyu kept staring at Jejo all the way. She felt that the man wearing a baseball cap and a mask was very familiar. But she didn't recognize him. After entering the box and sitting down, all kinds of people, let me introduce you, this is my friend from Taiwan. There's no need to introduce Yang Wei and Lao Jiang, you all know each other. Well, brother, take off your mask. Lin Feng said with a smile. Then Jay took off his mask and cap. Hi, everyone, I'm Jejo. As soon as Jay opened his mouth, except for a few people who already knew him, all the girls were stunned. Especially Xiaoyu. Jay has always been her idol. Oh my god. You are Jay. Xiaoyu was a little excited and incoherent. Brother, that's your die-hard fan, you guys shake hands and say hello. Lin Feng said with a smile. Oh, not bad. I can actually meet my fans here. Hello, little beauty, I'm Jay. Jay stood up, stretched out his right hand to Xiaoyu and said with a smile. That signature catchphrase made Xiaoyu cover her mouth with excitement. Hello, hello. She stood up excitedly and shook hands with Zhou. After the introduction, Xiaoyu calmed down a little. Wow. I really didn't expect that I could be so close to my idol. And we can eat at the same table. I'm really excited and happy. Xiaoyu changed her usual silence and kept talking excitedly. Hey. Since you are all friends of brother Lin Feng, there will be many opportunities for us to meet in the future. We are all friends. Zhou smiled and said. Student Lin Feng, you are really amazing. Really, thank you very much. By the way, and Zhou. Thank you too. It's your songs that have always accompanied me and given me courage and strength. Otherwise, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to get into Tsinghua or Peking University. Xiaoyu kept thanking her. Hey. Student you, thank you too. Thank you for your support all the time. Zhou responded with a smile. Okay, everyone, don't be polite. I haven't eaten for a day, I'm almost starving. Let's eat first. Yang Wei, ask the waiter to serve the food. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, I'll ask them to serve the food now. Liang Wei also said with a smile. Soon the food was served. Everyone ate and talked, the scene was very harmonious. After eating, everyone sat in the box and chatted. After chatting for a while, Zhou suggested, how about I take everyone to my studio to play? I can sing there, and I can tune the sound myself, and then make a demo, and everyone can keep it as a souvenir. Everyone thought about it. This sounds like not bad. Okay, it's still early, let's go. Seeing that everyone was eager to try, Lin Feng made the decision. So Zhou put on his baseball cap and mask again, fully armed, and everyone set off. There were still those extended Lincolns in front of the hotel. Everyone got on the car and started to set off. Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi and Zhou got on the same car. Brother Lin Feng, you told me on the phone before that you would give me a surprise if you come. What surprise? Zhou turned around and said to Lin Feng in the back row. Oh. You mean this? I almost forgot if you didn't say it. Lin Feng was stunned and said. Zhou. This is a bummer. It made me think about this all the time. Okay, surprise, right. Let's talk about it when we get to your studio. Lin Feng saw Zhou's face as ugly as if he had eaten shit, and said helplessly. But what he said just now was true. He really forgot about it. Several cars kept shuttling on the road. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi looked at the street outside the car window. This place is indeed different from the mainland. How to say it, each has its own characteristics. But Lin Feng knew in his heart that after so many years in the last life, the development here has not changed much. The economy is lagging behind, far behind. About 30 minutes later, the car stopped steadily at the bottom of a building. Everyone got off the car. Zhou led the way, and soon everyone took the elevator upstairs to Zhou's studio. Click. Zhou opened a door, and everyone walked in. This is where I usually work and study music. Everyone can take a look around. Zhou introduced to everyone. Raymond Lam walked around and took a quick look. It's really good. And you can tell at a glance that this style was designed by Zhou himself. Chapter 1156, $1 Million Music Master. Brother Lin Feng, how is it? Not bad, right? Zhou said to Raymond with a proud look on his face. Oh, it's not bad. Raymond imitating Zhou's catchphrase and jokingly said. Your place looks great. And I saw there's a recording studio inside. Chen Dongying and his friends walked over after a round and said with a smile. Hey. Everyone can go inside and sing, and then I'll help you tune the sound and make a demo. Then everyone can take one home as a souvenir. Zhou said with a smile. Great, great. Then I have to think about what to sing. Li Yi said excitedly. Can I ask you for a favor? Xiaoyu said hesitantly. Sure, go ahead. Zhou said with a smile. I want to sing a song with you, is that okay? Xiaoyu turned into a little fangirl and said to Zhou with expectation. Well, yes, no problem. Zhou agreed readily. Yes. Thank you, thank you. This has always been my dream. It can finally come true today. Xiaoyu said excitedly. Then everyone ran into the recording studio, ready to sing. While Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi and Zhou sat outside, watching Chen Dongying and others inside. Zhou turned on the equipment and prepared to help everyone tune the sound. Do you have paper and pen? Help me get it. Lin Feng said to Jejo casually. Huh? Yes, wait for me, I'll get it for you right away. Jejo was stunned when he heard this, then reacted and spoke hurriedly. Lin Feng shook his head helplessly. This guy? There's really no way to deal with him. Then Jejo immediately took out a pen and paper and handed it to Lin Feng. Okay, you help them tune the sound. I'll write it for you later. Lin Feng waved his hand and said lightly. Okay. Jejo made an okay gesture. An excited smile appeared on his face. He was looking forward to Lin Feng making another masterpiece. If Lin Feng knew what Jejo was thinking, he would definitely laugh. Because the songs he was writing now were Jejo's songs in his previous life, ha ha ha. Swish. Swish. Lin Feng walked to the side with a pen and paper, and began to write. The tip of the pen slid across the paper, making a rustling sound. Zhang Yuxi sat aside with her hands on her chin, watching Lin Feng write songs quietly. Zhang Yuxi felt that every time Lin Feng was serious about doing things, he was particularly handsome. People often say that serious men are particularly handsome, and it really makes sense. The song that Lin Feng wrote this time was something he had thought of a long time ago. Jejo also wrote this song in his previous life. It's just that he didn't sing it himself, but for others to sing. Lin Feng always thought it was very nice, so he took this opportunity to write it and let Jejo sing it back himself. As for the singer in the future, Lin Feng can only say sorry. You don't have this song to sing. Lin Feng, who has the ability to write lyrics and compose 3 love letters given by the system, is beyond words. Soon, Raymond Lam wrote the song. Raymond Lam even changed some parts to make it more in line with Jejo's style. After all, Raymond Lam remembered that Jejo wrote this song for a female singer in his previous life. Now Raymond Lam has slightly modified it to make it more in line with Jejo, a perfect tune of Jejo's love song. While Raymond Lam was writing the song, everyone in the recording studio was having a great time. Especially Chen Donggyun's deadly singing voice like a duck. This is hard for Jejo. Try every way to tune him. It's really too difficult. When Raymond Lam finished writing the lyrics and music for the song, Jejo was already busy sweating. This is really terrible. After more than 10 minutes, Chen Donggyun finally finished singing with great difficulty. Jejo played the tuned song for him to listen to, and Chen Donggyun immediately doubted whether it was his own singing. This is really too good to listen to. Oh, are you sure I sang it? Chen Donggyun said in surprise. Yes. Jay nodded. Go. That was indeed you who sang it, but it was tuned. Your voice is so terrible, don't you know? I almost fainted in there just now. Do you think the $1 million tuner circulating on the internet is a joke? Chen Kun couldn't help but criticize him. What the hell? How do you sing yourself? Don't you have any idea in your heart? Chen Donggyun. Do you want to do this? Give me some face. Is it really that my singing is terrible? Chen Donggyun muttered in his heart. Raymond Lam looked at Chen Kun and Chen Donggyun stepping on each other and smiled helplessly. But Raymond Lam really couldn't praise Chen Donggyun's singing. Hey, Lao Zhou, here, take it. Raymond Lam handed the written lyrics to Jejo. Jejo took it with excitement. He didn't even care that Raymond Lam called him Lao Zhou. If it were any other time, the two of them would have been arguing with each other. After Jejo received the lyrics, he immediately went to the side to study them. After reading them, he sang while clapping the beat. Seeing how fascinated he was, Raymond Lam felt helpless. Well, Jay, let's do this. There's a piano over there. I'll play and sing it for you. Then experience it yourself. This song is very easy for you. Raymond Lam walked up to Jejo and said casually. Okay. Brother Raymond Lam, you're amazing. I just read it once. This song is very suitable for my vocal range. Jejo said happily. That's nonsense. It's tailor-made for you. Raymond Lam rolled his eyes at him and said unhappily. In fact, what he was thinking was that was nonsense. This song was originally yours. Then Raymond Lam walked to the piano stand. Hey, brother, here's the song for you. Jejo said as he was about to hand the song to Raymond Lam. No need. Raymond Lam said casually. It's not that Raymond Lam is showing off, but that he really doesn't need it. I just wrote it once, it's all in my head, no need to look at the score. Ding dong, ding dong. Lin Feng tried the piano. Not bad, not bad. Jejo's stuff is worth a lot of money, the sound quality is excellent. Then Lin Feng started to play. The piano sounded, and everyone fell silent. Jejo closed his eyes and carefully felt the prelude of this song. As soon as the prelude ended, Lin Feng's voice slowly sounded. The prelude to that love song in 2007, if you still can't forget it, it would be too shameful. You should have let it go and lived a good life with each other. It's been so long. Why are you like a specimen sticking in my heart? The ones who came after didn't do anything wrong. I, who they call selfish, have committed the sin of stealing time, copying and pasting your love. You are also very wonderful. You don't want to be lonely. This circle is not very big. I have heard that people appreciate your wandering. It's like a kind of belief. I really think so. When you mention me again, it's already with my full name, claiming it's friendship, but you are so distant. So many people love me, but I can't let you go. It's an open secret. You are the only one who hasn't exposed me. Chapter 1157. The relationship is gradually heating up. Everyone listened quietly. Even the girls in the recording studio were attracted by Lin Feng's singing and ran out. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with loving eyes as he sat there and sang softly. Lin Feng's voice was like a warm palm, gently brushing everyone's cheeks, warm and soft, hitting the softest part of people's hearts. Until Lin Feng finished singing the whole song, everyone was still unsatisfied. It was really great. Although it was not the first time for everyone to listen to Lin Feng singing. But every time they listened, they would have a different feeling. It really deserves to be the sound of nature. Pa pa pa. Chen Dongyun and others couldn't help but applaud. Awesome. It's really awesome. The boss himself is simply omnipotent. I don't know what he grew up eating. I can't compare. Lin Feng smiled gently, then stood up and walked towards everyone. He walked to Zhang Yuxi and gently took her hand, and the two smiled at each other. Well, Lao Zhou, what do you think? Actually, you are the most suitable person to sing this song. After all, the whole song I wrote is in the style and tune of your Zhou-style love song. How about you try it once? Raymond Lam smiled and said to Jejo. Okay, I'll try it. Jejo nodded. Then he walked to the piano. The prelude sounded again. Although Jejo's piano sound was a little different from Raymond Lam's, it was still very beautiful. Everyone looked at Jejo quietly and enjoyed it quietly. As soon as the prelude ended, Jejo's voice rang out. That recognizable voice sang out with unclear pronunciation. Oh my god. It really has a different flavor. This is naughty. Today Raymond Lam and Jejo took turns to sing. It's better than a concert. This is an audio-visual feast. After Jejo finished singing, Jejo and Raymond Lam have completely different styles. Raymond Lam's voice is soft and hits the softness deep in people's hearts. Jejo's is that iconic unclear pronunciation, but it gives people a feeling of emotion overflowing with words. The emotion of the whole song can be heard in the voice. These two people are really musical geniuses. It's just that Jejo is an expert in music. And Raymond Lam is so awesome. This is amazing. Everyone looked at Jejo, and then looked at Raymond Lam. Everyone didn't know how to express it. Then everyone went into the recording studio and sang a song they liked. And Xiaoyu also sang a song with her idol Jejo as she wished. At this moment, everyone's face was full of smiles. After playing for a while, after making an appointment with Jejo for tomorrow's concert, everyone left. Jejo stayed in the studio. He wanted to study the new song given by Raymond Lam. Then he would use it as a surprise for his fans at tomorrow night's concert. And Raymond Lam would attend as a mysterious guest at Jejo's concert tomorrow. As for the others, Jejo also reserved VIP seats for them. Everyone felt that it was still early, so those who originally planned to go back to the hotel decided to go to Daobai Night Market. After all, I have heard that there are many famous snacks and gadgets in Daobai Night Market. Everyone planned to go shopping and have some midnight snacks. After getting off the bus, several girls looked at the small gadgets and jewelry on the street, their eyes lit up. Excited. Then everyone went shopping in the night market. Girls are really tireless when shopping. After more than an hour of shopping, until the men present had their hands full of things, the girls stopped contentedly. Brother Feng, shall we go over there to eat something? I'm so tired. Now I urgently need to sit down, eat something and take a rest. Jiang Anmin said with a painful face. The mask of pain was almost materialized. And Chen Dongyun and others also nodded fiercely. It's really torture to accompany girls shopping. Lin Feng smiled and immediately made a decision. Everyone went to have midnight snacks. After eating midnight snacks, the men present were satisfied. It's still comfortable to eat. Not to mention, these special snacks in the north of the island are really delicious. Everyone was eating snacks and listening to the words with a strong Minnan accent all over the street, feeling extremely comfortable. From women in their 80s and 90s to children in their 7s and 8s, the accents they spoke were all coquettish. It made people feel goosebumps. People say that girls in Taiwan are special, and it's not without reason. Because the accents they speak make people sound coquettish. After a break, Lin Feng called the driver to ask them to come pick them up. Then everyone returned to the hotel. Catcha. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi returned to their room. Huh? After putting down his things, Lin Feng sat down on the sofa and breathed a long sigh of relief. I am really tired today. I took a plane for an afternoon, and then I went shopping for so long. Hubby, are you exhausted today? Zhang Yuxi sat next to Lin Feng and said softly. It's okay, it's okay. Lin Feng turned around and held Zhang Yuxi's hand, speaking softly and tenderly. Okay, my dear wife, go wash up. Then we'll rest early tonight. Lin Feng touched Zhang Yuxi's face and said gently. Okay, then I'll go take a shower first, and you'll go later, and then we'll rest early tonight. Zhang Yuxi smiled sweetly. Okay, go ahead. Lin Feng patted Zhang Yuxi gently, and said. PFFT. Zhang Yuxi turned around and rolled her eyes at Lin Feng. Then she went back to the room to get clothes and wash up. After Zhang Yuxi finished taking a shower, Lin Feng also got up and took a shower. After taking a shower, it was already 11:30 in the evening. The night view in the north of the island is particularly beautiful tonight. The two of them. Lin Feng was satisfied. Hubby, turn off the lights quickly, I'm going to sleep. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. Okay, yes, my dear wife. Lin Feng said with a smile. Pa. The lights went out. The two of them fell asleep in each other's arms. They were indeed tired today. So they soon fell into deep sleep. The next morning, the two were awakened by the hotel's dining service. What a refreshing sleep. After getting up early and exercising, and taking a shower, Lin Feng felt refreshed. Then he and Zhang Yuxi went downstairs to have breakfast. When they arrived at the restaurant downstairs, they found that Chen Dongyan and Xiaoyu were already having breakfast. Boss, sister-in-law, good morning. Chen Dongyan said with a smile on his face. Lin Feng glanced at Xiaoyu and then at Chen Dongyan. It seems that their relationship is gradually heating up. I don't know if it was because Xiaoyu seemed particularly happy today after meeting her idol yesterday. She actually had breakfast with Chen Dongyan for the first time. What's more amazing is that Xiaoyu actually took the initiative to help Chen Dongyan peel eggs. This made Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi marvel. Chapter 1158 Surprise at the Concert. After breakfast, Chen Dongyan secretly told Raymond Lam while Xiaoyu wasn't paying attention. Xiaoyu knew about it. It turned out that Chen Dongyan begged Raymond Lam to bring them to Taiwan together after knowing that Xiaoyu's idol was Déjà. And last night, Chen Dongyan asked Déjà for autographs of all the albums for Xiaoyu. So Xiaoyu's attitude towards Chen Dongyan changed. After listening to what Chen Dongyan said, Raymond Lam suddenly realized, Chen Dongyan, this kid, knows how to deal with things. Then Chen Kun, Zhang Anmin and others also came down to have breakfast. After breakfast, several people planned to go to some famous places in the north of the island to visit. Originally, this trip was also for tourism, so these attractions naturally could not be missed. After everyone packed up, they set off. During this period, Raymond Lam also secretly contacted Déjà. Tonight's concert has reserved a session for Chen Dongyan to confess his love to Xiaoyu. Déjà agreed without saying a word. Déjà likes this kind of thing the most. Then everyone set out to see the scenery. Everyone walked and stopped along the way and took a lot of photos. And this time the royal photographer turned out to be Zhang Anmin. Even Raymond Lam did not expect that Zhang Anmin's photography skills were quite good. Raymond Lam originally thought that this guy had no other hobbies except reading novels, but he did not expect that Zhang Anmin was beyond everyone's expectations this time. Zhang Anmin's photography skills were praised by the girls. This made Zhang Anmin very proud. He spoke a lot and vowed to study photography in the future and become a photographer after graduation. Then he would go around the world to take photos. Raymond Lam thought that for this guy, photography was just an excuse, and traveling everywhere was his real purpose. Everyone played until the afternoon and then returned to the hotel. After all, they had to attend Jejo's concert later, so they couldn't be too late. After all, Jejo's face had to be given. It was already 6 o'clock in the afternoon after dinner at the hotel. After dinner, everyone set off for the Daobai Gymnasium. Soon everyone arrived at the Daobai Gymnasium. After arriving, Raymond Lam called Jejo. Jejo immediately arranged for his assistant to pick up Raymond Lam and the others. The assistant had known Raymond Lam for a long time. As soon as he saw Raymond Lam, he greeted him enthusiastically. Mr. Lin, Ms. Zhang, it's great to see you again. Jejo has already arranged it. Please ask Mr. Lin, Zhang Yuxi and several distinguished guests to follow me. The assistant said enthusiastically. Then the assistant first arranged Chen Dongyan and others to the VIP seats. Then he took Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi to the dressing room backstage. As for why he brought Zhang Yuxi here as well? That's nonsense. Jejo didn't dare to separate the two of them. He was afraid of being beaten to death by Raymond Lam. Anyway, if he was showing off his love, he wouldn't be the only one eating it. Everyone present had to accompany him. So what was he worried about? So he asked Zhang Yuxi to come along. Brother Lin Feng, Sister Yuxi, you are here. Jejo greeted them as soon as they entered the dressing room. Then the makeup artist began to put makeup on Jejo and Raymond Lam. Originally, Raymond Lam didn't want to put on makeup because he always felt that it was strange for a grown man to put on makeup, and he looked a bit sissy. But concerts basically require makeup, so after thinking about it, he decided to give Jejo some face. As for Zhang Yuxi, she sat aside and watched Raymond Lam put on makeup. For some reason, every time Zhang Yuxi saw Raymond Lam put on makeup, she had the urge to laugh. Time passed quickly. Before she knew it, it was already 7 o'clock. The concert time was up. Jejo made a gorgeous and coquettish appearance, and as soon as he appeared, he ignited the enthusiasm of all the audience friends. Cheers and screams came one after another. The overwhelming applause continued. Oh, not bad. Jejo's iconic catchphrase rang out. Well, everyone is very excited today. Then let's stop talking nonsense and sing a song to warm up. Jay said with a smile. As soon as Jay finished speaking, the emotions of the whole audience were ignited again. After the song ended, the audience was very excited. Chen Dongyan, Xiaoyu and others were also among them. Jay, come on. Xiaoyu sat in the VIP seat, holding a fluorescent stick, shouting and screaming wildly. Obviously, she was very excited. Oh, not bad. Everyone is still so enthusiastic. Today is the first stop of my world tour. I'm glad that everyone came to my concert. Since everyone is so enthusiastic, let's continue to sing another song. Jay smiled and said to the audience. Okay. Jay, come on. I love you. The audience shouted loudly. Then the music started and Jay continued to sing. The atmosphere at the concert was really very warm. This is a happiness that is difficult to experience through the screen. Only by being there in person can you understand the taste of it. That's why people say that you must go to a concert. Only when you are there, even if you are just standing on the stage, the feeling is different. After singing a song, Jejo continued to interact with his fans. Tonight, I have prepared a surprise for everyone. Yes, that's right. This surprise is only for friends who are attending the concert today. I guess there will be no other shows. So, are you happy? Jejo stood in the middle of the stage with a microphone and asked mysteriously. What surprise? Happy. We want a surprise. The audience friends in the audience shouted enthusiastically. Oh, everyone is really enthusiastic. The surprise tonight is that I just got a new song yesterday, and I will sing it for everyone live later. This is the first time this song is sung. Is this a surprise? Jejo said with a smile. Wow. Wow. Surprise. Surprise. The cheers of the sea rang out. Everyone in the audience was excited and excited. A new song that has not yet been released. The ticket to this concert is worth it! Exclamation mark. We came to the right place! Exclamation mark. Hey. That family is very happy. Me too. Today's new song and the title song of the previous album were written by the same person, my good brother Mr. Lin Feng. So I promise that everyone will be satisfied. Jejo continued. Wow. Sing the new song. Sing the new song. Surprise. Surprise. The audience shouted in unison. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1159. Only children make choices. Oh, so enthusiastic. Okay, since everyone wants to hear it so much, then I'll satisfy everyone. Music teacher, prepare the accompaniment. Thank you, Joe said with a smile. Lamp. The lights on the entire stage dimmed instantly. A few minutes later, the sound of the piano slowly sounded. This prelude let the audience know that this was a song they had never heard before. And the piano teacher's playing technique was very nice. This was what everyone was thinking. Swish, the stage suddenly lit up. Joe's figure slowly appeared in everyone's sight. Joe had changed his clothes at this time. The prelude of the love song in 2007, if you still can't forget it, it's too bad. You should have let it go and lived a good life with each other. How long has it been? Why are you sticking in my heart like a specimen? And those who came later didn't do anything wrong. Who they call selfish, made the mistake of stealing time, copying and pasting your love. Joe's voice sounded along with the accompaniment of the piano. At this moment, everyone in the audience fell silent. Everyone was listening to Joe's singing carefully. Because this is a new song that has not been released yet, everyone was afraid of missing a line of lyrics. So all the audience friends in the audience couldn't help but quiet down, listening to Joe's singing with a serious expression. The piano sound continued to sound, and Joe's singing flowed into the hearts of everyone in the audience with a piano accompaniment. Oh my god. What's the name of this song? It's so nice. Damn it. This song speaks out my heart. Alice. I think of her. I miss her too. The people in the audience whispered softly. Joe continued to sing softly. The perfect J style of love songs is really touching. When singing the second paragraph, the piano sounded for nothing. Joe was stunned for a moment. Then everyone heard the singing from the piano, which sounded softly with a piano accompaniment. You are also very brilliant, and you are unwilling to be lonely. This circle is not very big. I have heard that. I admire your wandering, like a kind of belief. I really think so. Huh? What's going on? This voice. It sounds good. It's a different style from Joe, but this voice is so warm. The audience in the audience was also stunned for a moment, and then whispered to each other. Oh, not bad. Joe's signature catchphrase sounded. That's right, the one playing the piano is Raymond Lamb. This is what he and Joe agreed on. This is one of Joe's surprises for his fans. Damn it. Okay, great. Next, welcome our mysterious guest. My good brother, Mr. Raymond Lamb. Everyone, give a warm welcome. Joe shouted loudly to the audience in the audience with a microphone. Pa pa pa, pa pa pa. What, Lin Feng, is he the author of this song? Wow, great, love. Then the music accompaniment continued. Lin Feng walked to Joe with a microphone. The two hugged each other tightly. Then they started to sing together. When you mention me again, I've mentioned my full name. We lied about friendship, but we were so distant. So many people love me, but I can't let you go. It's an open secret, and you're the only one who hasn't exposed me. I'm not sure. The two finished singing the last part. Thank you. The two bowed to the audience and thanked them. The audience friends in the audience could see Lin Feng's appearance clearly. Wow, Mr. Lin Feng, you're so handsome. Yes, so young. Love, mom, I feel like I'm in love. Oh my god, so young. The audience in the audience all exclaimed. To all the fans present, please allow me to introduce him to you. This is tonight's mysterious guest, my good brother, Mr. Raymond Lamb. It took me a lot of effort to invite him to the scene to meet you all. I think many people should be familiar with my good brother. Yes, he is the singer of the popular Heavenly Sound, Raymond Lamb. Everyone, applaud again. Joe put his arm around Raymond Lamb's shoulders and spoke loudly. Wow. Pa, pa, pa. The overwhelming applause sounded like thunder. Fuck, it turned out to be him. I just found out today. Brother, you are out of date. Go back and pay more attention to current affairs on the internet. Wow, that's awesome. He is indeed a great god. It is said that many companies want to sign him. Yeah, I heard that they can't contact him at all. Jay is awesome. I didn't expect Heavenly Sound to be Joe's brother. Jay uses the Eternal God. The audience went crazy. Such discussions. Brother, say hello to the fans. Joe said with a smile. Okay. Good evening, all Joe's fans. I'm very happy to be a guest at Joe's concert again today. Well, this should be my third time attending Joe's concert. It's an honor. Raymond Lam picked up the microphone and said with a smile. His voice was clear and warm. Oh my God. This voice is really warm. He looks so handsome when he smiles. Love it, love it. This time I really love it. I've decided, from now on, I'm the #1 fan of handsome guy Lin. The girls in the audience screamed. Oh, not bad. It seems that the fans' reactions to seeing a handsome guy are really different. They are more excited than seeing me. Joe said with a smile. Ha ha ha. Jay, don't worry, we still love you. Yes. Only children make choices, Jay, Mr. Lin Feng, I want them all. The audience responded enthusiastically. The atmosphere of the whole venue was ignited and pushed directly to a climax. Since everyone is so enthusiastic, then, do you want us to let Mr. Lin Feng sing another song? Jay took advantage of the enthusiasm of the crowd and spoke. Yes. I haven't heard enough. Ah. Look here, look here. Mr. Lin Feng, I am Miss Lin. Ha ha ha. A girl's words made everyone laugh. Chapter 1160, Selecting Lucky Fans. Oh, not bad. This female fan actually wants to be Lin Feng's brother, ha ha ha. Okay, very good. Joe was also amused by the fans' words. Then next, please invite our Mr. Lin Feng to bring us a song. What do you want to listen to? Just order it yourself. Joe shouted loudly to the audience. Wow. The enthusiasm of the audience was instantly ignited. Sing the 7th chapter of the night. Excuses. Nunchucks. Dragon fist. The crowd in the audience screamed loudly. In the end, the loudest voice was the 7th chapter of the night. Since everyone is so enthusiastic, then I will show my ugliness. I heard that the loudest voice was the 7th chapter of the night. Okay, then I will bring you a song of the 7th chapter of the night. I hope you will like it. Music teacher, accompaniment, thank you. Lin Feng said with a smile while holding the microphone. Lamp. Lamp, lamp. The lights on the stage dimmed. The white mist of dry ice rose up. The whole stage was set off like a fairyland. The sound of musical accompaniment sounded. Thump, 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 thump. The familiar musical accompaniment sounded. Everyone fell silent, waiting for Raymond Lam to sing. Raymond Lam picked up the microphone and gently put it to his lips. Then he spoke. In 1983, the alley was clear in December, the 7th chapter of the night. The typewriter continued to push. The next line close to the facts. The mist of the heather pipe drifted towards the withered tree, crying to me in silence. Oh my God. Too awesome. Okay, that's great. It's really worthy of being the sound of nature. This 7th chapter of the night was sung in a different style by him. But it's really nice. Everyone was very excited. Raymond Lam continued to sing. Until Raymond Lam finished singing the last sentence, everyone was still immersed in the song and couldn't extricate themselves. It's really awesome. He completely sang the scene described in the lyrics. Everyone seemed to have returned to that era. Thank you. Raymond Lam bowed and thanked him. Pa pa pa. Pa 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 pa. I don't know who started it, but thunderous applause rang out again. It couldn't be calmed down for a long time. Joe then walked to the center of the stage and stood with Raymond Lam. What do you think of my brother singing? Joe said loudly while holding up the microphone. Good. Great. Super nice. The audience responded enthusiastically. Hey. The song is over, so let's move on to our song request game. Joe said with a smile. Wow. This song request game is a must-have in every Joe concert. The audience was extremely excited and excited. They all wanted to be selected. After all, this is a chance to show off in front of thousands of people and to be in the limelight. What's more, they can sing on the same stage with their idols. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Okay, then we will randomly draw a lucky fan friend. This friend today is luckier than the previous ones. In addition to being able to request songs to sing with me, you can also sing with my good brother. Everyone, don't you think this is super lucky? Jejo said loudly. Wow. Yes. Choose me, choose me. Everyone in the audience was excited. Even Xiaoyu, who was sitting in the VIP seat at the moment, was extremely excited. Although she had sung with Jejo before, she wanted this chance too. Are you all ready? Then let's get started. Jejo said while holding up the microphone. Oh, by the way, the first lucky fan friend will be drawn by our guest, my good brother Raymond Lam. Everyone raise your hands. Jejo said with a smile. Okay, then I will draw the first round. Who should I choose? Raymond Lam pondered. At this time, Chen Donggyun in the audience looked at Raymond Lam on the stage with a smile on his face. Okay, then it's you. Yes, that's right. Lighting man, please shine the light over there in the VIP seats. Yes, that's right, this first chance should be given to our boy. Raymond Lam pretended not to know Chen Donggyun. That's right, he picked Chen Donggyun. Chen Donggyun was a little confused. Although he had told Raymond Lam before that he would confess to Xiaoyu at Jejo's concert. But, he was not ready yet. Raymond Lam did not greet him in advance. He just chose him so suddenly. Yes, that's right. It's you. Raymond Lam said with a smile. The other audience friends who were not picked looked at Chen Donggyun with envy. Chen Donggyun had to stand up with an embarrassed look on his face. Jejo knew what Raymond Lam meant. This was what they had discussed backstage before. Give Chen Donggyun a chance to confess. So he said, okay, let's change the rules today. The fans who are picked can come on stage to sing together. Please invite this lucky friend to come on stage. Wow. Everyone looked at Chen Donggyun with great envy. Being able to get close to his idol. Exclamation mark. So lucky. Envy, jealousy and hatred. Exclamation mark. So Chen Donggyun had no choice but to walk onto the stage. Xiaoyu looked at Raymond Lam and the others on the stage with a confused look on her face. What was going on? Entrustment? Question mark? Acting? Question mark. She looked suspicious. Chen Kun and Suhi looked at each other and understood. Okay, this lucky fan friend, what song do you want to order? Or do you have anything to say? Today on the stage, you can say it generously. Jejo looked at Chen Donggyun with a smile. He didn't forget to secretly wink at him. Chen Donggyun smiled helplessly. He already knew what was going on. This must have been discussed by Raymond Lam and Jejo, so that he could confess to Xiaoyu on the stage. Well, I do have something to say. Chen Donggyun said with a serious face. Since things have come to this point and there is no way to resist, then just enjoy it. Okay, no problem, go ahead. Tonight, we can satisfy your request. Jejo said with a smile. Well, it's like this. Since I'm so lucky to get this opportunity tonight, then I have something to say to someone. At this point, Chen Donggyun paused. Oh, not bad. Go on. Jejo smiled and motioned for him to continue. The audience in the audience also looked at Chen Donggyun on the stage quietly. They wanted to hear what he was going to say. Chapter 1161 Affectionate Confession. Huh? Chen Donggyun took a deep breath and then exhaled. He tightened the microphone in his hand, and then looked at Xiaoyu, who was in the VIP seat, and looked confused at this time. Tonight, I want to confess to a girl I have always loved deeply here. Chen Donggyun said this slowly. As soon as the voice fell. Wow. Fuck. Awesome. Brother, you can. Confessing in front of thousands of people, awesome. Brother, I support you. Handsome guy, I support you too. The audience in the audience all exploded. Everyone admired Chen Donggyun's courage very much, and they all spoke up to express their support. Xiaoyu in the VIP seat also widened her eyes at this time, with a confused face. She looked at Chen Donggyun on the stage in a daze. This guy couldn't be. Oh, not bad. Is the girl you want to confess to here today? Jejo asked knowingly. Yes, she is here too. We are here with a few friends today. She is in the audience now. Chen Donggyun nodded and said. Wow. Not bad. Then it's time for you to confess your love. Please start your confession. Jejo said with a smile. The audience in the audience also stared at Chen Donggyun on the stage. Li Yi and Suhi, who already knew what was going to happen next, looked at Xiaoyu with a smile on their faces. Huh? Chen Donggyun took a deep breath again. Actually, there are some things I've wanted to tell you for a long time. Actually, from the first time we met, I wouldn't say it was love at first sight, but I've had a good impression of you since then. Then slowly after getting to know you, I found that I fell in love with you. You are a girl with a straightforward personality, who dares to love and hate. I am very fascinated by the charm you exude. I know that I am sometimes careless and look very unreliable. It's just that I am extremely serious about liking you. I am very sure that I like you, and I am willing to change all my bad habits for you. I like you. Be my girlfriend. Chen Dongyun looked at Xiaoyu with love and tenderness in his eyes. For the last two sentences, Chen Dongyun shouted out loudly with all his strength. Wow! Promise him! Promise him! Promise him! The audience friends in the audience shouted in unison. The sound was deafening and resounded throughout the Daobai gymnasium. Is Miss Yu here? Are you willing to accept this gentleman's confession? Jejo assisted from the side. Swish Xiaoyu stood up from her seat. She looked at Chen Dongyun on the stage with burning eyes. Light. The lighting engineer shone the light on Xiaoyu. Everyone present couldn't help but look at Xiaoyu. Fuck, VIP seats. Rich people. A boy with acne on his face said. The people next to him were speechless. This focus is a bit strange. Soon, a staff member handed the microphone to Xiaoyu. After Xiaoyu took the microphone, she gently put it to her lips. She has come back to her senses from the initial confusion. At this moment, her face is calm, and people can't tell what she is thinking. Chen Dongyun stood on the stage, holding the microphone and shaking his hand. He is very nervous now, but he is looking forward to it. He is afraid that Xiaoyu will reject him. And Xiaoyu just looked at Chen Dongyun quietly. The whole gymnasium was strangely quiet at this moment. You could probably hear a pin drop. Will you be my girlfriend? Chen Dongyun summoned up his courage and spoke again. Are you serious about changing those bad habits for me? Xiaoyu said calmly. Yes, I'm serious, I can promise. Chen Dongyun said immediately. Yes. Xiaoyu nodded and said yes. Oh, then are you willing to be my girlfriend? Chen Dongyun asked again carefully. Okay, I do. Xiaoyu answered directly. Yes shit. Chen Dongyun said loudly with an excited look on his face. Phew. Xiaoyu couldn't help laughing when she saw Chen Dongyun's excitement. This fool. Although he is not very reliable sometimes, he is serious about his love for her. For Xiaoyu, a person from Dong province who dares to love and hate, this is enough. And Xiaoyu actually has a good impression of Chen Dongyun, which can be seen from the time they have been together for so long. Wow. Pa. The audience couldn't help but applaud for the two of them. Everyone was happy for the two of them. Congratulations, congratulations. Congratulations, congratulations. Raymond Lam and Jejo congratulated in unison. Well, I see that your mind is no longer on this stage, but has flown over there. So, what song do you want to order? After ordering, you are allowed not to sing, or you can go off the stage and sing with your girlfriend. Jejo said with a smile. He didn't really want Chen Dongyun to sing with him. What the hell? Jejo had already seen Chen Dongyun singing yesterday. He really couldn't compliment him. He really wanted to make money by singing, but he wanted to die by singing. Jejo was afraid that he would scare away all the audience at the concert as soon as he opened his mouth. Oh, order a song of simple love. For my girlfriend, this is what I want to say to her. Also, she is your fan, Jejo. So let her work with you to complete this song. Chen Dongyun thought for a while and said. Fortunately, Chen Dongyun still has some self-knowledge. Jejo thought to himself. But he didn't notice the murderous look that Raymond Lam gave Chen Dongyun. As long as he dared to agree to sing. I'm afraid Raymond Lam won't let him survive tonight. After Chen Dongyun finished speaking, he quickly ran off the stage. Then he stood next to Xiaoyu with a happy face. The next song of Simple Love was performed by Xiaoyu and Jejo together. Chen Dongyun looked at Xiaoyu with love throughout the whole process, with a silly smile on his face. He looked like a silly son of a landlord. After singing, the game session continued. The atmosphere on the scene was extremely strong. Time passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, it has been a week since Raymond Lam and his group attended Jejo's concert. At this time, everyone has already returned to Beijing for class. After all, the vacation is only for 7 days. After the concert, everyone traveled around various cities in Taiwan. After the tour, they found that it was just like that. The size of the entire Taiwan is equivalent to that of a province. maybe even smaller than a big province. After everyone played for a few days, the vacation was over. It was still a private plane that sent everyone back. The plane first flew to Beijing, and then transferred back to Shanghai. After a week-long vacation, of course it was time to return to normal classes. Chapter 1162, One Step Ahead. At this time, Lin Feng and Chen Dongyun were in class. Hey, boss, I just received a message from the decoration team. They said that the decoration of our juggling club is almost done. Let us go to inspect it. Chen Dongyun leaned close to Lin Feng and whispered. Oh, that's pretty fast. Okay, class starts in the afternoon. Let's go and take a look. Lin Feng glanced and answered casually. Then he concentrated on the class. Chen Kun, Chen Dongyun, and Suhi were all excited. Their eyes were looking at the screen on the podium, but I don't know if they were really listening or pretending to listen, and whether they really listened. Lin Feng didn't know these. After the last class in the afternoon, Chen Dongyun and others pulled Lin Feng, and the four of them got on the car and went straight to the juggling club. They didn't even plan to eat. This made Lin Feng feel helpless. Damn, these guys are really convinced. Isn't it just the decoration is completed? Why are you so excited? Exclamation mark. Soon, several people turned over the building where the juggling club was located. At this time, the whole building seemed to have been rebuilt. The exterior structure of the building was completely renovated. Now the whole building looks extremely handsome and modern. The decoration style and fashion elements are in line with the aesthetic vision of young people in the current era. These are naturally designed by Lin Feng and Chen Dongyun. Of course, it was mainly designed by Lin Feng. Chen Dongyun and Chen Kun are just soy sauce. Wow, from the outside, I feel it. This feel. Okay. Chen Dongyun said excitedly. Chen Kun and Suhi also opened their mouths, with excitement on their faces, and couldn't hide it at all. Lin Feng looked at the few people with a smile on his face. Okay, let's go. Let's go in and take a look. Lin Feng said with a smile. Let's go. Let's take a look at the territory that belongs to our brothers. Chen Dongyun and others said excitedly. After several people pushed open the door and walked in, they found that there were still some workers inside doing the finishing work. The entire building was being beautified. As soon as they walked in, the contractor in charge of the on-site construction ran towards them. Mr. Chen, hello to the other gentlemen. The contractor greeted them warmly and respectfully. Then he gave cigarettes to Lin Feng and the others. While smoking, they looked around the building. They looked at all the floors. Generally speaking, Lin Feng was quite satisfied. After pointing out some unqualified places and asking them to make corrections, they set a time for the acceptance. Then, under the enthusiasm of the contractor, they walked out of the juggling club. They simply went to the nearby restaurant to have a meal and then made some arrangements. In the hotel box. Boss, are you satisfied with this decoration? Chen Dongyun poured Lin Feng a cup of tea and asked with a smile. Overall, it's pretty good. At least they can make the places I asked them to design. Except for those places that need to be rectified, everything else is pretty good. Lin Feng took a sip of tea and nodded. Boss, if you think it's okay, then it's okay. Chen Dongyun laughed. Boss, what are the arrangements next? There's also the opening of the business. Suhi looked at Lin Feng and asked. Well, Lao Si, you go find someone to design a sign for the club. Forget it, I'll design it, and then you can find someone to make it. Then install it when the time comes. A good sign is the face of a company, it must be done well, understand? Lin Feng looked at Chen Dongyun and made arrangements. Okay, boss, I'll take care of this. Chen Dongyun patted his chest and agreed. Next, Lin Feng arranged some things for Chen Kun and Suhi. Suhi was responsible for recruiting personnel, and Chen Kun was responsible for purchasing some equipment. Then they chose a time for the opening together. So the juggling club was roughly settled like this. The last thing is to find someone who can be responsible for managing the entire club while several people are in class. At this time, Lin Feng suddenly remembered his brother Li Tian. So he kept this item and said, leave the matter of the person in charge to me, you just need to deal with what you just said. Chen Dongyun and others nodded one after another. That's great. They don't understand this matter, and they are also happy to let Lin Feng be responsible for finding such a person in charge. After all, they really don't have time to manage such a big club. Soon, the dishes were served. Several people started to eat, and the affairs of the juggling club were basically settled. After dinner, Lin Feng, Chen Dongyan and the other four returned to the dormitory. Of course, this dormitory is not the boys' dormitory of the School of Computer Science, but the girls' dormitory of the School of Finance. There is no way. Several people are here to pick up their women. Chen Dongyan and others are going to pick up their girlfriends to go shopping. And Lin Feng is going to pick up his wife Zhang Yuxi to go home together. Tisk tisk tisk. After all, Lin Feng was still one step ahead. After picking up Zhang Yuxi, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi drove home. After returning to the community, the two parked the car and went upstairs hand in hand to return to their love nest. As soon as Lin Feng entered the door, he sat down on the sofa. And Zhang Yuxi went to pour water for Lin Feng. Come on, husband, drink some water. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay, thank you, my wife. Lin Feng took the water and said happily. Silly. Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and said coquettishly. Then she poured herself a glass of water and sat next to Lin Feng. Husband, I heard from you and the others that the juggling club that several people in your dormitory set up together is ready to open. Zhang Yuxi asked casually after taking a sip of water. Oh. It's almost done. We just went to the club and the decoration is almost finished. It will be done in a few days. When we have dealt with some things and recruited people, we can open the business. Lin Feng explained. Oh. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Now, the main thing is to find a trustworthy person to help the club. After all, we still have to go to school and don't have much time to be there. Lin Feng continued. Oh, do you have a candidate? Zhang Yuxi asked casually. I just thought about it and thought of someone. My brother Li Yan, wife, do you remember? It's the incident in the hospital last time. Lin Feng said. Chapter 1163. Don't you treat me as a brother? Li Tian. Oh. I remember, but isn't he in Shanghai? Zhang Yuxi thought for a moment and said. Yeah, so I want to call him and ask what he thinks. If he is willing to come, then I plan to let him manage this club. After all, he is my brother, I know him well and I can rest assured. Lin Feng nodded and said. Yeah, that's not bad. This is also a good way out. When he comes, we can get together here often and have a meal or something. And Sister Mother should be well, so we can go shopping with her. Zhang Yuxi also nodded and said with a smile. Okay, I'll call him now and ask what he thinks. Lin Feng stood up with his mobile phone and said. Then he walked to the balcony and called his brother Li Tian. Beep beep. The phone rang for a long time before it was connected. Hello, Lin Feng. What's the matter with calling me suddenly? Li Tian was still so direct, he asked directly. Oh, you kid. Speaking of this, can't I call you if nothing happens? Lin Feng said unhappily. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Li Tian hurriedly explained. Okay, stop talking, I know what you mean. Well, I do have something to talk to you about. Lin Feng interrupted Li Tian with a smile. Well, tell me what's the matter. Li Tian spoke without saying anything. Well, it's like this, I have a club with a few friends in Beijing, and now I am short of someone to manage it. I want to ask if you are interested. Lin Feng said slowly. Oh, this. I'm afraid that I'm not capable enough, and will delay your business. After a moment of silence, Li Tian hesitated and spoke. What are you afraid of? Isn't this me? Besides, do you have so little confidence in yourself? Okay, it's settled, I'll let you manage this club. Lin Feng said without hesitation. Li Tian. You guy, you're just asking me for a formality. Li Tian said unhappily. That's enough. You guy, do you think I just met you today? Lin Feng said with a smile. Li Tian. This guy really can't do anything to him. Anyway, relying on the brotherhood between the two, plus Li Tian had secretly made up his mind before to be Lin Feng's right-hand man. He would agree to it. It's just that he didn't expect this day to come so soon. So he was a little worried about his lack of ability. Oh, by the way, brother, are you still in the Magic City now? Lin Feng suddenly thought of it, so he asked. Oh, well, I said, don't scold me. Li Tian said hesitantly. Damn, you say it first. Lin Feng said unhappily. Oh, well, I'm in Beijing now. Li Tian said weakly. Fuck, you bastard. Why didn't you tell me you were in Beijing? Don't you consider me a brother? Lin Feng said speechlessly and angrily. Oh, you have to go to class, and I work every day and go to night school at night, so I'm busy, so I don't want to bother you. Li Tian said. Lin Feng. This guy Lin Feng really lost to him. He said it so high-soundingly, but in fact, he just didn't want to trouble Lin Feng. He felt that Lin Feng had helped him so much. Well, I'll send you the address of the community where I live now. Tomorrow night, when you get off work, bring your sister Mother over, and we'll have dinner and chat while we eat. That's it, it's settled. See if I beat you tomorrow. Lin Feng said unhappily. Oh, okay, I'll come to see you tomorrow. Li Tian said helplessly. This guy Lin Feng is still so domineering. Helpless. The next night, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi have returned to their love nest. What was different from yesterday was that Lin Feng was carrying 2 big bags. They were filled with fresh vegetables and fruits that he and Zhang Yuxi had just bought from the vegetable market. After all, he had asked his brother Li Tian to come over for dinner tonight. So he had to cook a good meal to entertain him. Lin Feng still remembered everything his brother had done for him in his last life. So in this life, Lin Feng would naturally try his best to help his brother. In short, he was getting better and better now. So his brother had to get better and better with him. Lin Feng was carrying the vegetables and preparing to walk into the kitchen. Wife, I'll go and deal with the ingredients first. If Li Tian calls you later, you can answer it. Lin Feng said to Zhang Yuxi. Okay, husband. Well, do you want me to help wash the vegetables? Zhang Yuxi said softly. No, wife. There's not much, I can do it myself. Lin Feng said with a smile. After that, he carried the vegetables into the kitchen. After putting on an apron, Lin Feng began to deal with the ingredients. Chop chop chop. Swish swish swish. The sound of Lin Feng chopping vegetables and meat came from the kitchen. After about 10 minutes, Lin Feng's cell phone on the coffee table rang. Holding the blue and white keepsake quietly and keeping the promise, parting is always spent in frustration. Zhang Yuxi picked up the phone and saw that it said Li Tian was calling. So she pressed the answer button. Hello, is it Li Tian? Zhang Yuxi said to the phone. Well, is it Sister Yuxi? Hello. Li Tian said with a smile. Haha, you are here, right? Lin Feng told me that he is cooking, you can come up directly. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. After saying the building number and house number, she hung up the phone. About a few minutes later. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. The doorbell rang. Zhang Yuxi got up and opened the door. Catcha. Li Tian and Sumar appeared at the door. Hello Sister Yuxi. Hello Sister Yuxi. Li Tian and Sumar said in unison. Hello. Come in. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Then she welcomed the two in. Husband, Li Tian, Sister Mother and the others are here. Zhang Yuxi shouted towards the kitchen as soon as she entered the living room. Lin Feng heard the voice and stuck his head out of the kitchen. Li Tian, Mother, please sit down for a while. The food will be ready soon. Lin Feng said loudly. Chapter 1164 I'll follow you from now on. Afterwards, Zhang Yuxi, Sumar and Li Tian sat on the sofa. Zhang Yuxi poured tea for the two. Sister Mother, how is your health now? Zhang Yuxi looked at Sumar and said softly. Sister Yuxi, I'm fine now, nothing's wrong. Sumar said crisply. Her face was full of smiles. After getting rid of the entanglement of the disease, Sumar's whole body began to plump up a lot. Of course, this should be because Li Tian loves her more and takes good care of her. Yet, pay attention to rest and take good care of your body, so that the body's qi and blood can recover faster. Zhang Yuxi looked at Sumar and said with some heartache. She also knew how Sumar looked at that time, she suffered. The three chatted casually. Soon Lin Feng prepared the dishes. Wife, Li Tian, Sister Mother, come over and wash your hands, then let's eat. Lin Feng said to the three people while carrying the dishes. Then they sat at the dining table. Lin Feng, you are really good. I didn't know you had this skill. Li Tian looked at the table full of delicious dishes and couldn't help but speak. This is nonsense. Don't you look at who I am. There are so many things you don't know. Lin Feng said with a proud look on his face. Puff. The conversation between Lin Feng and Li Tian made Zhang Yuxi and Sumar laugh. The two couldn't help laughing. The brotherhood between these two guys is really good. Okay, stop talking. Everyone, use your chopsticks. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, I want to taste Lin Feng's cooking skills today. Li Yan picked up the chopsticks and said with a smile. I'm not bragging, I guarantee that you have never eaten such delicious dishes in your life. Lin Feng said with a confident look. Oh, very confident. Then let me try it, is it really that good? Li Yan said, picking up a piece of boiled beef and putting it in his mouth. Li Yan's eyes lit up instantly. Then he chewed a few times and swallowed the beef. Oh my god. It tastes good. Li Yan gave a thumbs up and exclaimed. Hey. Really? If it tastes good, eat more. Today's ribs are good, they are fresh. Lin Feng said with a smile. Then the four began to enjoy the food. The four ate and talked. Li Yan, when did you come to Beijing? After swallowing a mouthful of rice, Lin Feng looked at Li Yan and asked casually. Well, it's been a while. We came here after Ma recovered from her illness. Li Yan wiped his mouth with a tissue and said. You are such a jerk. You've been here for so long and you didn't tell me. Tell me, do you still have me as a brother in your eyes? Lin Feng glared at Li Yan and said unhappily. Oh, I'm afraid you don't have time, so I'm bothering you. Li Yan said with an embarrassed look. Even if I'm busy, don't I have time to have a meal together? Lin Feng rolled his eyes at him and said. No, the more I think about it, the angrier I get. I'll go get a bottle of wine. If you don't drink it today, I'll feel uncomfortable. Lin Feng said as he stood up to get the wine. Alice. Li Yan shook his head helplessly. He knew Lin Feng. This guy wouldn't let him off so easily tonight. It's difficult. After saying that, Lin Feng stood up and went to the wine rack to get 2 bottles of red wine, and then took a bottle of coconut juice from the refrigerator. Zhang Yuxi and Su Ma drank coconut juice, while he and Li Yan drank red wine. Come on, Li Yan, these 2 bottles of red wine tonight, one for each of us, no need to cheat. Anyway, I have a room here tonight, you and Ma, you two can stay here tonight. Lin Feng said with a smile. Oh, okay. Li Yan hesitated for a moment, but nodded and agreed. Lin Feng opened the red wine, poured it into the decanter, and let him sober up for a while. Let's eat something to fill our stomachs first, and then drink later. Lin Feng greeted. Then they ate and chatted. Lin Feng, the club you mentioned last night. Li Yan put down his chopsticks and asked. Oh. It's like this, I started it with a few roommates in college. We bought a whole building and are going to build a diversified club. The whole club includes an internet cafe, chess and card games, a restaurant, conference and office, and a music bar, etc. The decoration of the club is coming to an end. Because we all have to go to class, we may not have much time to manage it, so we want to find someone we can trust to help look after and manage the entire club. Oh, by the way, it's actually a company. It's called Juggling Culture Company, Limited. It may involve other industries in the future. I thought about it, and you just happen to have time, so I want you to be responsible for helping to manage this company. Although it's only the club's business at present, it involves a wide range of areas, so it's probably a bit busy in the early stage. What do you think? Lin Feng said slowly. After listening to it, Li Yan instantly felt that this idea was really great. It's bound to succeed. King of the world. Li Yan muttered to himself. This name is extremely domineering. Oh, I just picked this name randomly. Lin Feng said casually. Lin Feng, although I think I may not be familiar with these. But, after hearing what you said, I think this club will definitely succeed. It's okay to just find a professional manager to take charge of the management. But, since you found me, prove that you believe in me, then I will take this job. And at the beginning, I swore that if you, Lin Feng, need me in the future, I will go through fire and water without hesitation. Besides, I still owe you money. Boss Lin, from now on, I will follow you. Li Yan thought about it and said with a firm face. Get lost. Stop talking bullshit. Stop talking nonsense, let's work together tonight. It will get better and better in the future. Oh, by the way, I also have a pharmaceutical company, waiting for you to get trained. Then I will give you the management of that pharmaceutical company. My idea is that Junlin will be merged into my Yuxi group and become a super large group company covering all industries. We either don't do it, or we will do the best one. Lin Feng said with a proud face. Li Yan was a little surprised after hearing what Lin Feng said. He didn't expect that Lin Feng actually had a pharmaceutical company. That's a money-making industry. And this name. He looked at Zhang Yuxi and then at Lin Feng with a smile. Damn, do you have to be so disgusting? Chapter 1165, Become Bigger and Stronger. Oh, don't worry about those details. Come on, let's have a toast. Lin Feng knew what Li Tian was thinking, waved his hand and said, bang. The two people's glasses touched each other. This clink of glasses settled the matter. Then several people began to chat. By the way, where are you living now? How about this? After juggling is done, a separate room will be separated, and then you and Meyer can move in. This will also make it convenient for you to manage at work. And the whole building over there is very large, so you don't have to worry about taking up space or anything. Lin Feng said softly. Li Tian and Su Meyer looked at each other and then nodded. Okay, then it's settled. By the way, Meyer, if you feel bored at that time, you can go to school. You can be an auditor at Tsinghua University and Peking University, and you can take the exam at that time. At that time, I will find someone to help you apply for the auditor quota. Lin Feng suddenly remembered this. He looked at Li Tian and Su Meyer and said with a smile. Okay. Li Tian agreed to it for Su Meyer without saying anything. Because this was his idea all along. It would be fine if he dropped out of school, but Meyer had suffered so much with him. He knew that Su Meyer had always longed to go to school in school life. So now that Lin Feng helped solve it, he agreed without hesitation. Okay, I'll go there tomorrow and ask someone to help apply for it. The quota will be available soon. It just so happens that Juggling is close to Tsinghua University and Peking University, so it's very convenient. Lin Feng thought about it and said with a smile. After talking about the business, the few people began to chat casually about some interesting things in Beijing. For this meal, Lin Feng and Li Tian drank until the early morning. After drinking red wine and beer, the two kept drinking and chatting. After Zhang Yuxi and Su Meyer finished their meal, they returned to the living room, watching TV while chatting about private topics. Then they handed the space of the restaurant to Lin Feng and Li Tian. Because they all knew that with the two of them around, there were some things that the two of them couldn't say. When it was past 12 o'clock, both of them were a little drunk. Both of them had started to turn red. Bang. Thank you, brother. Li Tian said softly after clinking his glasses with Lin Feng. Don't say thank you if you're a brother. Lin Feng also said softly. The two of them drank until morning. Anyway, tomorrow is the weekend, so let's take the opportunity to be unrestrained. Zhang Yuxi and Su Meyer saw that it was rare for the two to do this, so they didn't disturb them and let them do it. After Zhang Yuxi and Su Meyer took a shower, they talked in private for a while and then went to bed. Because they were afraid that Su Meyer would not be used to sleeping here alone, Zhang Yuxi came to sleep with her. Anyway, there are plenty of rooms, so it doesn't matter who sleeps. Lin Feng and Li Tian drank until dawn, and then they went to wash up simply. Neither of them was drunk, and they were even sober. Lin Feng found a guest room, one bed for each of them, and they both fell asleep on the bed. They slept until the afternoon and then woke up. Lin Feng slowly opened his eyes. The sunlight outside was a bit dazzling. Lin Feng reached out and took the alarm clock on the bedside and looked at the time. It was already 2:30 in the afternoon. Lin Feng glanced at Li Tian, who was still sleeping soundly on the other bed, shook his head and smiled. Then he got up and walked out. When he came to the living room, Lin Feng saw Zhang Yuxi and Su Meyer, who were watching TV and chatting. Honey, you're awake. Zhang Yuxi smiled sweetly at Lin Feng. Morning. Lin Feng smiled and said. Oh, it's still early. It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. You two are really drinking so much? Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and said. Oh, hey. It's a rare time, I can't control myself. Lin Feng smiled embarrassedly. Okay, go wash up. Zhang Yuxi said unhappily. Okay, I'll go wash up. Li Tian is still sleeping. He's tired these days. Let him have a good sleep. Call him later. Lin Feng thought for a while and said. Then he went upstairs to wash up. When Lin Feng finished washing up and went downstairs, he found that Li Tian had also gotten up. The two looked at each other and couldn't help laughing. You guy, I didn't expect your alcohol tolerance to become so good. I'm scared, don't call me when you drink in the future. I almost vomited. Li Tian rolled his eyes at Lin Feng and said unhappily. Oh, ha. Is it that serious? You guy. Hurry up and wash up, let's go out for dinner tonight. It's just right that I'll introduce my roommates to you. They're all brothers, you'll know when you meet them. Lin Feng laughed. Okay. Li Yan nodded, and got up to wash up. After finishing, Lin Feng contacted Chen Dongyan and the others. Let them bring their women and have dinner together tonight. Then everyone went out. Lin Feng drove the Mercedes-Benz G, and Zhang Yuxi sat in the co-pilot. Li Yan and Su Meyer sat in the back seat. Everyone set off for the agreed restaurant. After arriving at the restaurant, under the guidance of the waiter, Lin Feng and his friends came to the reserve box. Chen Dongyan, Xiaoyu and others had already arrived. "Hey, handsome Lin, if you don't come, I'll starve to death." Li Yi joked. "Don't worry, Yi, I won't let you starve to death," Suhi said stupidly. Ha ha ha. Suhi's words made everyone present laugh. Li Yi rolled his eyes at Suhi. This guy, he's really a blockhead. Then Lin Feng introduced Li Yan and Su Meyer to everyone. After everyone introduced each other, they started ordering dishes. After ordering the dishes, everyone started chatting casually. "Oh, by the way, I plan to let Li Yan help us manage the Juggling Club. What do you guys think?" Lin Feng said to Chen Dongyan and the others. "Okay. Boss, you can decide on this matter, no need to ask us. Besides, brother Li Yan, I hit it off right away. He's a trustworthy brother," Chen Dongyan said with a smile. Chen Kun and Suhi also said they had no objection. "It would be great if brother Li Yan could come and help us. We brothers work together to achieve success. Junlin will definitely become bigger and stronger," Chen Kun said. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelists. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1166. The company is about to open. Okay, if that's the case, then it's settled. Li Yan, since everyone trusts you so much, why don't you say a few words? Lin Feng said with a smile. Thanks to the trust of the brothers, I won't say anything. I'll toast to the brothers with tea instead of wine. Li Yan said seriously. Okay. Good brother. Chen Dongyan and the others immediately raised their glasses and touched each other. Soon the food was served. Everyone was starving. They all picked up their chopsticks and started to eat heartily. And Chen Dongyan made a suggestion. Boss, how about we drink some wine? Chen Dongyan looked at Lin Feng and said. No. Before Lin Feng spoke, Zhang Yuxi spoke. He drank with Li Yan last night until this morning, and he can't drink anymore. Zhang Yuxi explained. Oh, boss, go. Awesome. I didn't expect you and brother Li Yan to be so fierce. Okay, okay. After listening, Chen Dongyan immediately raised his thumb and said. Oh, Li Yan and I haven't seen each other for a long time, and I couldn't help myself. I didn't drink much. Lin Feng looked at everyone and said embarrassedly. Okay, let's not drink tonight. Let's eat. On the day when Junlin opens, we won't go home until we are drunk. Lin Feng spoke again. Okay. Then listen to my sister-in-law. Let's not drink. Wait for Junlin to open in a few days. Today, I will take care of my body. He. Chen Dongyan said with a smile. Then everyone ate and talked. They casually talked about the future development of Junlin and some plans. The whole private room was harmonious. After everyone finished eating, they separated and went back to their homes and their mothers. They made an appointment to go to Juggling Club together tomorrow to plan the subsequent development and some other things. When Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi returned to the community, it was already past 8 o'clock in the evening. And Li Yan and Su Meyer, Lin Feng also sent them back. Lin Feng had just returned home, and his butt was not even warm when the phone rang. Holding the blue and white token quietly and keeping the promise, parting is always spent in frustration. Huh? Who would call at this time? Lin Feng was a little confused. He picked up the phone on the table and took a look. It turned out to be Su Qing who called. Hello, what's the matter? Lin Feng answered the call and said lightly. Mr. Lin, I'm sorry to bother you at this time. I have something to report to you. Su Qing's slightly apologetic voice sounded on the phone. It's okay, you say. Lin Feng said casually. Mr. Lin, it's like this, our new office of Yuxi Pharmaceutical Company, Limited has been decorated. I plan to move the things there tomorrow, and then hold a formal opening ceremony on Monday. What do you think? Su Qing said respectfully. Okay, no problem, just do as you say. Lin Feng thought about it and thought that he should indeed hold a formal opening ceremony for the company, so that there would be a sense of ceremony. Then how about this? On Monday, Mr. Lin, can you come to preside over the overall situation? Su Qing said carefully. There is no way, my boss is a complete hands-off boss. It's really hard for me. Well, Monday. Okay, I'll go there on Monday. Lin Feng thought about it and nodded in agreement. Okay, Mr. Lin, I'll arrange it tomorrow. I've asked someone to check the time. 9:30 on Monday morning is a good time. You will perform the ribbon cutting ceremony then. Su Qing breathed a sigh of relief and spoke in an orderly manner. As long as Lin Feng can go, there will be no problem. Okay, just arrange it. Send out invitations to all colleagues in Beijing. Whether they come or not, we must be polite. Lin Feng thought about it and said. Okay, I know this. Don't worry, I will arrange it. As for Mr. J, I think it would be better for you, Mr. Lin, to come in person. After all, I don't have that much face. Su Qing thought about it and said. Mr. J? Lin Feng asked with some doubts. Oh, that's Mr. J from the Zhou family in Beijing. Su Qing explained. Oh. Okay, I got it. I'll just tell him later. Lin Feng suddenly realized that he was talking about his third uncle. That's fine. I guess if I don't tell him, he will call and ask tomorrow. But as a junior, I must still tell him. Okay, Mr. Lin. By the way, the pharmaceutical factory has started construction. I've asked people to work overtime as quickly as possible. It will probably be done in half a month. Su Qing reported. Okay, good job. Finish it as soon as possible, and recruit all the workers and pharmaceutical technicians as soon as possible. Also set up a research team for the development of traditional Chinese medicine for me. I'll be the team leader, you'll be the deputy team leader, and you can arrange the rest. The other production lines in the factory can be delayed, but the laboratory must be built for me as soon as possible. I need it. Lin Feng slowly opened his mouth and ordered. Okay, Mr. Lin, I'll take note and arrange it tomorrow. Su Qing said respectfully. Well, Lin Feng said casually. He has always been very confident in Su Qing's execution ability. This woman's ability is more powerful than that of an average man. After chatting about other things in the company, Lin Feng hung up the phone. Pharmaceutical factory, laboratory. It's time to put the longevity potion on the agenda. Lin Feng muttered while holding the phone. After thinking for a while, he walked into the living room with the phone. Hubby, have some tea. You drank too much last night. Don't drink so much in the future. Otherwise I'll be really angry. Zhang Yuxi saw Lin Feng coming in, and said angrily. Okay, I know. Listen to my wife. In the future, I won't drink so much. Lin Feng gently held Zhang Yuxi's hand and said gently. HMPH, don't lie to me. Otherwise, I'll really be angry. Zhang Yuxi snorted. Yes, I promise that I will never lie to you in this life. Lin Feng promised immediately. HMPH. That's better. I'll forgive you this time. Zhang Yuxi said with satisfaction. Wife, I have to take a leave on Monday. Yuxi Pharmaceutical is going to officially move and open for business. I have to go over there to take care of it. I'll tell you first. Lin Feng drank a sip of tea and slowly spoke. Huh? It's going to open. He. Okay, go ahead. Zhang Yuxi was a little surprised, then smiled and said. Yes, our Yuxi Pharmaceutical Company, Limited is going to open for business. Lin Feng gently took Zhang Yuxi into his arms and said with a smile. Chapter 1167 Investing in the Film Industry. Yes. By the way, you can start a company, but you can't fall behind in your studies. After all, studies are still very important. Zhang Yuxi suddenly said. Yes. My dear wife, don't worry. Don't you know your husband's ability? He won't fall behind in studies. Lin Feng said confidently. Yes. That's good. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Wife, let's wash up early tonight. It's been a long time since we watched a movie together. Tonight we'll lie on the bed and watch a movie together. Lin Feng said softly. PFFT. Really watching a movie? Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and said unhappily. Because Lin Feng always said this. As a result, Zhang Yuxi no longer believed him. This bad guy. Ha ha ha. This time I'm serious. Lin Feng laughed. Ah, Zhang Yuxi exclaimed. Because Lin Feng picked her up by the waist. Then he carried Zhang Yuxi upstairs. Zhang Yuxi looked helpless. This bad guy often makes such surprise attacks. After going up to the second floor, the two of them finished washing up soon. Lin Feng turned on the computer and the screen projector. The two of them lay in bed and watched the movie happily together. This is a combat action movie, which made the two of them excited. Wow! This action is too exciting. Zhang Yuxi watched it with great enthusiasm, and said excitedly, "Well, this domestic 3D action blockbuster is really well made. It is said that it won a lot of awards." Lin Feng said with a smile. Suddenly he remembered that Zhao seemed to have switched to directing and acting in movies later. So, it seems that he can also get involved and play a cameo role for fun? And Lin Feng has a lot of classic movies from his previous life in his mind. As long as he thinks about it, he can still write out the main script story. It seems that he can also involve this for fun. After all, Junlin Culture Company, Limited can also be involved in these businesses. Lin Feng thought, this is possible. Wife, are you interested in movies? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said with a smile. Yeah, it feels quite fun. Zhang Yuxi nodded and said casually. Well, do you want to make a movie for fun? Or just make a cameo appearance? Lin Feng said with a smile. This. I haven't thought about it. Zhang Yuxi was stunned for a moment, then looked at Lin Feng and said. I haven't thought about it, but now I can think about it. It's just right, I have some ideas now. Then, we can play around in the movie industry. We can just make a cameo appearance ourselves and satisfy our desire. Lin Feng said with a smile. Husband, do you want to invest in the movie industry? Zhang Yuxi was stunned for a moment and asked. Well, I suddenly became interested and have some ideas. Lin Feng nodded. But can you handle it like this? So many things. Zhang Yuxi said with a worried look on her face. She was afraid that Lin Feng would be too busy and too tired. Haha, little fool. Even if I do, I'm only responsible for investment. I'm the boss, how can I be busy? Just give orders and arrange them, I don't have to do everything myself. Don't worry. Lin Feng pinched Zhang Yuxi's little nose and said softly. Oh. Then, husband, you can do it. I don't understand these either. I'm studying finance now. When I graduate in the future, I can also help you manage the company. I don't want you to be so tired alone. I want to help you too. Share some of the burden for you. Zhang Yuxi said softly. Okay, in the future, we will work hard together as a couple. Lin Feng smiled and nodded. He knew that Zhang Yuxi didn't want to be a vase. Then Lin Feng would naturally satisfy him. Anyway, he was not short of money, and he didn't think about making a lot of money by starting a company. If he was short of money, he would just go to the stock market to make a fortune. That god-level investment and financial management ability was no joke. So money was really not lacking for Lin Feng. The most important thing was that his wife was happy. Yes. Thank you, husband. In the future, we will work together as husband and wife. I want to be a strong woman too. Zhang Yuxi clenched her fists and said with a face full of longing. Okay. You are a strong woman outside, but you are still my little woman at home. Hey. Lin Feng smiled and scratched Zhang Yuxi's nose, saying with a joking face. Zhang Yuxi knew what Lin Feng meant, and her face turned red. Hate it. You are a big bad guy. You just bully me. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. Ha. Since you said so, then I will bully you. Lin Feng finished speaking and. More than an hour later. The projector on the wall was playing the ending song of the movie. The movie that lasted more than 2 hours just ended like this. Oh. The movie is over, and I haven't seen the rest yet. It's all your fault. I knew it, every time you say that, you are lying. You are a big liar. Zhang Yuxi punched Lin Feng twice and said unhappily. Hey. Lin Feng had to smile awkwardly. He didn't dare to answer, he was afraid of being beaten. Wife, then I'll put it back, and we'll continue watching. After watching, we have to go to bed. I have to go to Chendongyan and others to deal with the affairs of the Junlin Club tomorrow. Can't go to bed too late. Lin Feng said with a smile. Yes. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Then the two continued to watch the movie. After watching for more than an hour, the movie was over. Okay, wife, let's go to bed. Lin Feng said softly. Yes. Husband, go turn off the lights, turn off the computer, and turn off the projector. Zhang Yuxi commanded. Yes, my wife. Lin Feng cooperated and said. You are not a good person. Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and said coquettishly. Then Lin Feng got up to turn off the lights and so on. Husband, good night. Zhang Yuxi said softly. Yes, wife, good night. Lin Feng responded. Hubby, hug me. Zhang Yuxi spoke again. Okay. Then the two of them fell asleep in each other's arms. They soon fell asleep. In the dream, Lin Feng saw the future of himself and Zhang Yuxi, and they got married after graduation. Before the dream was over, Lin Feng was awakened by the sound of an alarm clock. He slowly opened his eyes and looked out the window. It was already dawn. Lin Feng turned off the alarm clock. He turned his head and glanced at Zhang Yuxi, who was still sleeping. Zhang Yuxi, who was asleep, had a slight smile on her lips. This little fool, I don't know what sweet dreams he is having, but he looks so cute. This little lazy pig, who can't even be woken up by the alarm clock, is really a little lazy pig. Lin Feng gently kissed Zhang Yuxi's tender little face. Then he tucked in the quilt for her, and then tiptoed out of bed. For fear of disturbing Zhang Yuxi, Lin Feng got up and went downstairs to wash up. After washing up, Lin Feng started to make breakfast. This has become Lin Feng's habit. Every day, he makes different loving breakfasts for Zhang Yuxi. Seeing Zhang Yuxi's happy face, Raymond Lam feels very happy. Anyway, money is not lacking, life should be like this, simple and happy, isn't it? Chapter 1168. Let's solve problems together. After making breakfast, Lin Feng returned to the room. Little lazy pig, get up quickly. Lin Feng gently pinched Zhang Yuxi's delicate little nose. He looked at Zhang Yuxi with a smile and doting. Hubby, good morning. Zhang Yuxi woke up. She rubbed her hazy sleepy eyes and said to Lin Feng in a very lazy voice. Little lazy pig, get up quickly. Breakfast is ready, get up and wash up and let's go for breakfast. Lin Feng said gently. Yes, hubby, you are so nice. I feel so happy. Zhang Yuxi smiled sweetly, with a happy look on her face. Hey, get up quickly. Lin Feng scratched Zhang Yuxi's little nose and smiled. Hubby, I want a hug. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. Okay. Lin Feng smiled. This little fool, this is almost a daily must-have. Zhang Yuxi stretched out her hands, and Lin Feng picked her up. Zhang Yuxi clung to Lin Feng like an octopus. In this way, Lin Feng carried her to wash up. After washing up, since they hadn't gone out yet, Zhang Yuxi put on a one-piece cartoon pattern pajamas, and the two went downstairs to have breakfast. Lin Feng was wearing the same pajamas. This is the couple pajamas they bought in Baodao. Zhang Yuxi likes this set of pajamas very much. Every time she wears it, she asks Lin Feng to wear the same one as her. This little fool. After the two went downstairs to have breakfast, they rested for a while. Then they went upstairs to change clothes and so on. Because today they have made an appointment with Chen Dongyan, Li Tian and others to go to the juggling club, take a look together and discuss things. After Zhang Yuxi changed her clothes and simply drew an eyebrow, the two set off. Zhang Yuxi basically doesn't need makeup, that delicate and smooth little face, she doesn't need that at all. Lotus out of the water, naturally without carving. It's Zhang Yuxi. This little fool is really too beautiful. Like a fairy descending to the earth. Every time they walk on the street, they attract a lot of attention. There is no way, handsome men and beautiful women. They are so well matched. It's a match made in heaven. After the two came to the parking lot downstairs and got in the car, Lin Feng started the car and they set off. The black Mercedes-Benz G soon disappeared in the underground parking lot. About half an hour later, Lin Feng's car slowly stopped at the gate of the juggling club. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi got out of the car. After Lin Feng got out of the car, he saw the car of Chen Dongyan and others. It is estimated that several people should have arrived. Then the two walked into the juggling club. Wow honey, the decoration here is great. It fits the trend of modern young people. Zhang Yuxi exclaimed as soon as she entered the door. Haha, of course. This is designed by your husband. Lin Feng said proudly. Yes, honey, you are awesome. Zhang Yuxi smiled sweetly. Hey, boss. You and sister-in-law are showing off your affection so early in the morning. Be careful of the impact. Chen Dongyan walked over holding Xiaoyu's hand. He just heard the sound of a car and guessed that it must be Lin Feng who arrived, so he went downstairs to take a look. As a result, he saw this scene of affection. Get lost. You are the same. Lin Feng laughed and scolded. He. Chen Dongyun glanced at Xiaoyu and laughed. Okay, are the second brother and the others here too? Lin Feng said. Yes. There is a temporary meeting room upstairs. They are upstairs. Oh, by the way, brother Li Tian is here too. Chen Dongyun said. Okay, let's go upstairs. Lin Feng nodded. Then the four of them went upstairs. After going upstairs, Lin Feng found that there were still a few workers doing the final finishing work. Several people came upstairs for a temporary meeting. Boss, sister-in-law, here we come. Chen Kun and others said. Yes. After a few people greeted each other casually, they sat down. Well, let's briefly talk about the current situation. Just now, when I went upstairs, I found that the decoration has reached the final stage. It will probably take 2 days. How are the things I told you to do before? You all tell me. Lin Feng looked at Chen Dongyun and the others with a serious face and said. Okay, then boss, I'll talk first. Chen Kun said. According to the boss's instructions, I have contacted the equipment supplier through my family's relationship. The price and other things have been roughly discussed. They will arrange someone to come and discuss with me in detail in the next 2 days. After the discussion, it can be settled. And they can customize the equipment on site according to our actual situation. I think this is very good. Chen Kun looked at everyone and said. Lin Feng and the others nodded. This is indeed good. Okay, then the second brother, you will continue to be responsible for following up on this matter. Lin Feng said. Then Lin Feng looked at Suhi and motioned him to say something. Boss, everyone, let me tell you about my situation. According to the boss's instructions, I went to the talent market in Beijing yesterday and contacted several headhunting companies. I have received a lot of resumes in my mailbox now. I also took a rough look and found several good people. These people can also be in place before the opening. It won't be a big problem to have an on-the-job training at that time. Suhi said slowly. Very good, well done. Lin Feng nodded and said. Old four, how about you? Have you found someone to design the sign of the juggling club that I gave you? Lin Feng looked at Chen Dongyun and said. Boss, I have contacted the best advertising sign design company in Beijing. They sent people to the site yesterday to collect data. And I also gave them the design drawings of the sign you gave me, boss. Now we just have to wait for them to make it, and we can come to inspect it. Chen Dongyun said slowly. Okay, sure. Thank you for your hard work. So, that means everything is going according to our previous plan. Lin Feng nodded and looked at everyone and said. The others also nodded with a smile. Well, Li Tian, you just listened to it, what do you think? Lin Feng looked at Li Tian and said lightly. The others also looked at Li Tian. Well, I just listened to what everyone said, and I actually have some ideas. Then, let me talk about my current views on the juggling club. Li Tian said in front of everyone's eyes. Okay, you say it. If you have any problems, just say it directly, and we will work together to find a way to solve it. Lin Feng nodded and said. Chapter 1169, Those who achieve great things do not care about small details. Good. I think what everyone said just now is great. Everything is going on in an orderly manner as planned. But, in my opinion, the progress is still slow. The recruited personnel should be in place by now. After all, we need to invite experienced masters to provide them with on-the-job training. This will take a lot of time. At least a week, right? Now the staff are not in place, so the opening time will be postponed. So the staff should be the most important part of everything. Li Tian said slowly. Oh, Suhi was a little embarrassed. Because he was responsible for the recruitment process. Well, you are right, continue. Lin Feng nodded. Well, there is also the equipment problem. In fact, the period for the equipment to enter the site is relatively long. Especially if it needs to be customized on site. This matter needs to be implemented as quickly as possible. If the factory staff comes to the site to check it out next week, it may be too late. After all, after the on-site investigation, we have to design the drawings. It will take at least half a month for the factory to make it, right? So how do we enter the site before we start? In addition, without equipment, how can the staff get familiar with the operation? How can they get pre-job training? So these two links are integrated. Li Tian paused here and looked at everyone. Everyone thought it made sense and nodded. Well, go on. Lin Feng nodded. In fact, In my opinion, the opening time will be at least next month. After all, many things, you are in a hurry to make them. It is better to polish them carefully before making them. After all, if there are some problems right after the opening, or the food is unpalatable, especially since young people nowadays are so picky and the user consumption experience is not good, then it will have a great impact on our reputation. Li Tian said slowly. After he finished speaking, he glanced at everyone. Chen Dongyin and the others were silent. After a while, pa pa pa. Lin Feng took the lead in clapping. The others reacted and followed suit. The entire temporary meeting room was filled with applause. Brothers, Li Tian has finished speaking. What do you think? If you have different opinions, you can raise them and let's discuss them together. Lin Feng looked at Chen Dongyin and the others and said slowly. Oh, boss, I think what Li Tian said makes a lot of sense. We thought too simply before, and we have to go to class every day, so we really didn't think it through enough. I completely agree with what Brother Li Tian said, and I have no objection. Sui said a little embarrassedly. Yes, I agree with the third brother. Chen Kun nodded. I agree too, and I have no objection. Chen Dongyin followed up with a speech. Well, since no one has any objection, let me also talk about my opinion. Lin Feng said. Everyone looked at Lin Feng and waited for him to speak. Well, I completely agree with what Li Tian said. Let me add a few points here. Regarding the personnel training, I can find someone to help with the training. Also, regarding the equipment, second brother, you have to urge them to customize it as soon as possible after they have seen the site. By the way, you must show me the design renderings at that time. Also let them make a 3D modeling sample, and then we will confirm it. If they are unwilling, then change people. Change to a company that is willing to cooperate. Lin Feng said. Okay, boss, I got it. Chen Kun nodded. Also, what Li Tian said is right, the opening time must be postponed. Otherwise, when the time comes, the things made in a hurry will be unsatisfactory, which goes against our original intention. Lin Feng said slowly. Yes. Everyone nodded. Well, everyone has seen Li Tian's ability today, so do you think he is worthy of the title of the person in charge of the Juggling Club? Lin Feng looked at Chen Dongyin and the others and said. Brother Li Tian is indeed much better than the rest of us, I have no objection. Me neither. Me neither. Chen Dongyin and the others said one after another. In that case, Li Tian will be the full person in charge of our Juggling Club from now on. We are the major shareholders of the club. Except for some major matters that need to be discussed with us, he will have the sole decision-making power in other matters in the future. Do you have any objection? Lin Feng looked at the others and spoke slowly. I don't. Me neither. I have no objection either. Chen Dongyin, Chen Kun and Sui all shook their heads and said at the same time. Okay, if everyone has no objection. From today on, Li Tian will officially become the executive general manager of the Juggling Club. The monthly salary will be 20,000 for now, and it will be a 5% stake in the entire Juggling Club. Come this 5% from my share. Lin Feng said slowly. Boss, I don't agree with this. That part can't come from you. Let it come from the three of us. We didn't contribute anything anyway. Chen Dongyin immediately objected. Yes, I agree with the fourth brother. I agree too. It can't come from the boss. Chen Kun and Sui also said quickly. Okay, stop arguing. How about this, each of you pays 1%, and I'll pay 2%. Don't say any more, it's settled. Lin Feng made the decision without question. This. Chen Dongyin and the others still didn't want Lin Feng to pay so much. But Lin Feng had already made the decision, and they didn't dare to say anything more. Well, Lin Feng, this is too much? 20,000 salary is already a lot, Li Tian said with difficulty. He was interrupted by Lin Feng before he finished speaking. Don't say anything, it's settled. Now I'm your boss, I have the final say. Lin Feng said directly. Li Tian opened his mouth, but swallowed it back. Okay, it's decided. From now on this Juggling Club will belong to everyone. So work hard. Besides, this is just the club's shares, and Juggling Culture Company, Limited will develop other businesses in the future. So, the money will only increase, and the company will get bigger and bigger. There is no need for everyone to have a psychological burden for this little money. Besides, we brothers are not short of money, we just want to do something with everyone. Those who achieve great things don't care about trivial matters. Don't be so fussy about such a small matter. Lin Feng looked at the others and spoke slowly. When everyone heard Lin Feng say this, they didn't say anything more. Chapter 1170 Still just a child. Afterwards, several people continued to discuss other arrangements. They discussed until noon. Let's arrange it this way for now. Li Yan, from now on, the Juggling Club will be yours. We believe you can do it. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, I'll do my best. Li Yan said. That's nonsense, now you also have a share in the Juggling Club. If you don't try your best, we will beat you. Lin Feng scolded with a smile. Yes, brother Li Yan, our fortune will be handed over to you. You will have to work harder in the future. Chen Dongyun and others also said with a smile. Yes. Li Yan nodded heavily. Okay, it's noon, let's go have a meal. Lin Feng looked at the time and said with a smile. Okay, let's go have a meal. Chen Dongyun said with a smile. And several girls who had just been sitting aside, watching the few people discussing things, had not spoken a word. At this time, they also laughed. They could see that the friendship between Lin Feng and his brothers is very deep. Then everyone went downstairs. This time we won't eat next door. Chen Dongyun suggested that they go to a more distinctive restaurant to celebrate and welcome Li Yan to join the group. So everyone drove off. Li Yan and Su Ma are still out on Lin Feng's Mercedes-Benz G. Brother, thank you. Li Yan suddenly said in the car. Thank you for what? You deserve it. It's your own ability that makes everyone recognize it. Lin Feng glanced and spoke slowly. Brother, thank you. Li Yan spoke again. He knew that if it weren't for Lin Feng, then the 5% share would not be there. So he insisted on saying thank you. Okay, if you say that again, I will be angry. Sister Ma, you take care of your Li Tian. Do this to me every day, otherwise, as his boss, I can scold him. Lin Feng joked. I think Brother Tian is right, I have to thank you very much. Su Ma found a way to speak. Okay, there's really nothing I can do about you two. If you really want to thank me, then work hard to make yourself better, that's the greatest thank you to me. Lin Feng was stunned for a moment, then slowly spoke. Li Yan and Su Ma looked at each other and held their hands tightly. They will always remember Lin Feng's kindness to them in their hearts. They will never forget it in this life. Li Yan was also very moved. I have no regrets in dying with Lin Feng as my brother in this life. Soon everyone came to the specialty restaurant that Chen Dongyun mentioned. After parking the car, everyone walked in together. Because Chen Dongyun had called in advance to book a private room on the way, everyone went directly to the private room. After ordering the dishes, they were served soon. The serving speed of this restaurant is still quite fast. Everyone ate and chatted. There was constant laughter in the private room. Life should be like this, everyone as good is really good. Lin Feng sighed in his heart. After dinner, everyone chatted for a while and then separated. Chen Dongyun and others went to deal with the things that had just been arranged. Li Yan and Su Ma were sent back to the Juggling Club by Chen Dongyun and others. Because Li Yan had to go back to continue researching how to arrange the layout. Try to make perfect use of every available space in the entire club. Lin Feng went home with Zhang Yuxi. There was no way, Lin Feng was such a hands-off boss. But everyone knew that without Lin Feng, the Juggling Club would not be able to be established. So no one had any objections. Everyone thought it should be like this. It seems that Lin Feng's position in everyone's heart has long been deeply rooted and unshakable. Soon, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi returned to the community. After parking the car, they returned home hand in hand. Hubby, I think you are really handsome. Zhang Yuxi sat on the sofa and said to Lin Feng. Little fool, why do you say that suddenly? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a puzzled look and said. It was today, when you guys were discussing the Juggling Club. I think hubby, you are so domineering. You were even more charming at that time, Zhang Yuxi laughed. Oh, silly wife. Then why don't you look at whose husband I am? Isn't your husband always so great and charming? Lin Feng said shamelessly. Husband, you are right. My husband has always been so great and charming. Zhang Yuxi praised with a smile. Really? Your husband is even better in other aspects. Don't you have a deep understanding? Lin Feng said with a smirk. You are so annoying. Zhang Yuxi punched Lin Feng in the chest and said unhappily. Ha ha ha. Lin Feng laughed. Then the two of them started playing on the sofa. When they were having fun, Lin Feng's cell phone rang. Quietly holding the blue and white token and keeping the promise, parting is always spent in frustration. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi stopped playing. He picked up the phone on the table and saw that it was Su Qing calling. Wife, it's about the company. I'm going to answer the phone first. Lin Feng said to Zhang Yuxi. Okay, husband, go and do your thing. I'll make you a cup of tea. Zhang Yuxi nodded obediently. Then Lin Feng pressed the answer button and stood up and walked to the balcony. Hello, President Su, what's the matter? Lin Feng said to the phone calmly. President Lin, excuse me. It's like this, I've already arranged the company's opening ceremony. The opening ribbon-cutting ceremony will be held on time at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Su Qing said respectfully. Well, okay. I'll go there tomorrow morning. Lin Feng said calmly. Okay, President Lin, then I won't bother you for now, I'll go arrange other things. After getting Lin Feng's affirmative answer, Su Qing felt relieved. After hanging up the phone, Lin Feng thought about it and almost forgot to notify his uncle. So he called his third uncle Zhou Zhenhe. Beep beep. The phone rang for a while before it was connected. Hello, Lin Feng, why are you calling me suddenly? Zhou Zhenhe's hearty laughter came from the phone. Uncle, if I miss you, can't I just call you? Lin Feng said with a smile. You brat. Okay. I can't do anything about you. If you really miss your uncle, come back and help me run the company. Zhou Zhenhe said helplessly. Lin Feng. Uncle, stop it. I'm just a kid. I can't handle such a big business. Lin Feng smiled helplessly. Oh, you brat, every time I talk to you, you're like this. Okay, tell me, what's the matter? I have a meeting to attend later. Zhou Zhenhe said unhappily. Chapter 1171. Zhang Yuxi was caught cheating. It's like this, my pharmaceutical company will open tomorrow, so I'm telling you. If you have time, come and have a look. Lin Feng said with a smile. Opened already. Okay, I'll find time to go there tomorrow. Your small company is opening, I have to go and show my support anyway. Zhou Zhenhe was stunned and said. He was a little surprised, he didn't expect it to open so soon. Okay. Then see you tomorrow, you go ahead. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, see you tomorrow, I'm going to a meeting first. Zhou Zhenhe said. Then the two hung up the phone. Lin Feng smiled, his third uncle. He wanted to pull me over to help him no matter what. It's too difficult. I'm just a hands-off boss now, how can I have the time? Lin Feng shook his head helplessly. Then he walked back to the living room with his mobile phone. Hubby, what's the matter? Zhang Yuxi poured a cup of tea for Lin Feng and asked casually. Nothing, just about the opening of Yuxi Pharmaceutical tomorrow. I just called my third uncle and told him. Lin Feng said with a smile. Then he picked up the teacup and drank it. Oh. Zhang Yuxi nodded and didn't say anything more. Then the two chatted about other things casually. By the way, I chatted with my high school deskmate yesterday, and she said she had a boyfriend. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Really? That's fine. Next time we have time, let's meet and have dinner together. Lin Feng said with a smile. Yes, she also said that she would come to Tsinghua and Peking University to find us when she is free. Zhang Yuxi said happily. Zhang Yuxi still values the friendship in high school. So she is very happy. Okay, tell her that we welcome her to come anytime. Lin Feng said with a smile. As long as Zhang Yuxi is happy, he will be happy. Then the two chatted about high school casually again. I don't know why, it hasn't been long, but both of them feel like many years have passed. Sometimes, I really miss those days. After the two chatted for a while, Zhang Yuxi felt a little sleepy. So the two went upstairs to the room and planned to take a nap. Wife, you go to sleep first, I'll check some information. After Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi returned to the room, Lin Feng suddenly remembered the matter of the longevity potion, so he wanted to check the information. Look at the medicinal materials in the formula, the place of origin, and other things. Then it will be easier to contact them for long-term cooperation or something like that. Okay, then husband, you go first, I'll sleep first. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Then she went to take a nap first. Lin Feng went back to the study and turned on the computer to check. Sitting in front of the computer in the study, he carefully checked the production bases of some medicinal materials. These are naturally some artificially grown medicinal materials. In comparison, the efficacy is definitely not as strong as wild ones. As for if you want to make a genuine longevity potion, you naturally have to use the best medicinal materials. Anyway, these are only made for a few relatives of your own. As for those to be sold, of course they don't have such good treatment. Anyway, they are all simplified longevity potions. Just use ordinary artificially grown medicinal herbs. Lin Feng looked for a while, selected a few companies that he thought were good, and recorded them down. He planned to give them to Su Qing to contact and verify on the spot. Then Lin Feng sent a message to his third uncle Zhou Zhenhua, asking him to contact him after the meeting. He needed his help with something. Yes, Lin Feng wanted Zhou Zhenhua to help him find some medicinal herbs needed for the longevity potion. After all, this is for his family. So naturally, the best can be used. After doing all this, Lin Feng stretched his body. After turning off the computer, Lin Feng went back upstairs. He opened the door gently, for fear of waking up Zhang Yuxi. As soon as he opened the door, he found that a TV series was playing on the wall, and Zhang Yuxi was lying on the bed happily eating snacks and watching TV. "Oh, wife, what are you doing?" Lin Feng was stunned for a moment and said, "Oh husband, are you done?" Zhang Yuxi was startled for a moment, and then said with an embarrassed look, like a child who was caught eating secretly, "So cute. Wife, don't you want to go to bed? Why are you watching TV?" Lin Feng walked up to Zhang Yuxi and knocked on her head and said, "Oh, ouch, it hurts," Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. "Well, I can't sleep without you." Zhang Yuxi shook Lin Feng's arm and said, "Okay, I'm here now, right? I'll watch TV with you for a while, and then go to sleep. If you really don't want to sleep, then I'll go shopping with you." Lin Feng said softly and gently. "Okay. Husband, you are so good to me." Zhang Yuxi smiled happily. "Little fool, if your husband doesn't treat you well, who can he treat well?" Lin Feng scratched Zhang Yuxi's little nose and said. Then he went to wash up simply, changed into pajamas, got into bed, and watched TV with Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi leaned gently in Lin Feng's arms, looking happy. As he watched, it might be true as Zhang Yuxi had just said. Zhang Yuxi soon fell asleep in Lin Feng's arms. Lin Feng glanced at Zhang Yuxi, and when he saw her fall asleep, he couldn't help but smile softly. Then he reached out and took the remote control from the bedside table and turned off the projection. Then he slowly laid down. Holding Zhang Yuxi, he closed his eyes and rested. In a daze, he heard a cell phone ring. Then he slowly opened his eyes. This time, Lin Feng felt that he had slept for a long time. After rubbing his eyes, he reached out and touched his cell phone. There were indeed several missed calls. He clicked it and saw that it was sent by his uncle Zhou Zhenhua. Oh, he should be calling to ask what's the matter. Then, Lin Feng quietly got up, tiptoed out of the room with his cell phone. There is also a living room on the second floor. Lin Feng walked to the sofa in the living room and sat down. Then he called his uncle Zhou Zhenhua back. Lin Feng saw a pack of special red panda cigarettes on the table, which he had put there last time. So while waiting for the call to be connected, he took out a cigarette and put it in his mouth. Puff suck. Huff. Lin Feng took a deep breath of the cigarette, and then after the smoke swirled in his lungs, he exhaled fiercely. Lin Feng felt that he was sober in an instant. At this time, the phone was also connected. Chapter 1172 The Happiest Person. Hey, Lin Feng, what were you doing just now? Why didn't anyone answer my calls after I called several times? Zhou Zhenhua's voice rang out on the phone. Oh, well, I was taking a nap just now, so I didn't hear. Lin Feng said awkwardly. Zhou Zhenhua. You kid, you're really something. I thought you were doing something. If you don't return my call, I'll ask your second uncle to bring people to your house and break in. Zhou Zhenhua said unhappily. Hey, I'm really too sleepy. Sorry, third uncle. Lin Feng said embarrassedly. Okay, you kid. Well, tell me, is there anything I can help you with? If you want money, just tell me. Zhou Zhenhua said with a serious face. Oh, no, I still have money. I just want you to help me find some good herbs. Didn't I tell everyone before? I'm going to make a potion for Grandpa and our family. So I need some wild herbs with a relatively high age. After all, it's something we take, so I want to get something good. Lin Feng slowly explained. Oh, that's no problem. Leave it to your uncle. Send me the list of herbs you need later, and I'll arrange for someone to take care of it. Zhou Xianhua agreed without hesitation. Okay, then I'll trouble you, third uncle. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, you're such a sweet talker. Anything else you need? Tell me all at once, and I'll arrange it all. Zhou Xianhua said. Oh, in that case, I won't be polite. Does your uncle have a long-term channel to buy artificially grown herbs? I'm going to use them soon. Lin Feng thought for a while and said. Well, I was just planning to tell you this. I have several pharmaceutical companies here. I will send someone to contact your company. We have both sales and purchasing channels. Just let them handle it. I'll help you get your Yuxi pharmaceutical off the ground first. After it's up, I'll let you find a way out on your own. This will save you a lot of detours and get the company up and running as soon as possible. Zhou Xianhua said. Oh, this. Lin Feng was stunned. Okay, stop being so nagging. You'll have to take over all this sooner or later anyway. Just treat it as a way to get familiar with it in advance. Zhou Xianhua said without hesitation. Lin Feng. He was silent. Okay, thank you, third uncle. Lin Feng thought about it and agreed. It seems that even if he wants to work hard, it won't work. Forget it, let him do it. Anyway, there's no shortage of money. Even if he does it himself, it's just a matter of time. Lin Feng still has this confidence. Once that longevity potion comes out, it will definitely explode. After the call, Lin Feng lit another cigarette and leaned on the sofa to smoke. After taking a few puffs of the cigarette, Lin Feng thought about it and called Su Qing. Let's prepare for both situations. I'll also contact those medicinal material channels here. Then he called Su Qing. Hello, Mr. Lin, what can I do for you? Su Qing said respectfully. Two things. The first thing is that I have checked the contact information of several medicinal material production bases on the internet. I will send it to you later. You can contact them later and send someone to the site for actual inspection. The second thing is that the pharmaceutical company under Zhou Group will contact you in the next 2 days. At that time, their channels will be open to us. Specifically, you can discuss with them at that time. Lin Feng said slowly. Okay, Mr. Lin. I've written it down. Su Qing said respectfully. By the way, you can find a secretary for yourself according to the situation. There are more and more things, and you can't handle it yourself. Lin Feng said again. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Mr. Lin, for your understanding. Su Qing said with a smile. Well, work hard, keep going. The company depends on you. I believe you can do it. Lin Feng encouraged. Yes, I will. Su Qing was moved and said softly. Then the two chatted for a few more words and hung up the phone. The cigarette in Lin Feng's hand also burned to the butt. After Lin Feng put it out, he threw it into the ashtray. Hubby. Just then Lin Feng heard Zhang Yuxi's call. So he got up and walked back to the room. Wife, what's wrong? Lin Feng sat down in front of the bed and looked at Zhang Yuxi with a gentle face. It's okay, I just woke up and didn't see you, so I called you. Zhang Yuxi said lazily. Well, little fool. I just went out to make a few phone calls to deal with company matters. Lin Feng explained. Well, hubby, did you smoke? Zhang Yuxi suddenly wrinkled her nose and said. I was not awake just now, so I smoked a cigarette. Lin Feng explained. Honey, smoke less, okay? Zhang Yuxi nodded. She did not blame Lin Feng, but just asked him to smoke less. After all, smoking too much cigarettes is harmful to the body. Okay, I obey. My dear wife. Lin Feng said seriously. Humph. You are the only one who has a sweet mouth. Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and said unhappily. Really? Am I sweet-mouthed? Honey, do you want to taste it now? Lin Feng said with a smirk. Oh, hate it. Your mouth is full of cigarettes, it stinks. Zhang Yuxi pushed Lin Feng and said coquettishly. Ha ha ha. Lin Feng laughed. Oh. Your beard pricked me. Zhang Yuxi gently pushed Lin Feng away. Okay, be good, get up. Honey, I'll make you something delicious. Lin Feng stopped teasing Zhang Yuxi. Okay. Zhang Yuxi's eyes lit up and she agreed with a smile. Then Lin Feng picked up Zhang Yuxi. The two went downstairs. Lin Feng put Zhang Yuxi on the sofa in the living room and poured her a glass of water. Wife, just wait here obediently. Hubby will make you something delicious. Very soon. Lin Feng rubbed Zhang Yuxi's little head with a doting look and said, "Okay, thank you, husband. You are so nice. I feel like I am the happiest woman in the world." He. Zhang Yuxi said happily. "Ha ha ha. Okay, dear, husband will make you something delicious," Lin Feng said with a smile. After that, he got up and went to the kitchen. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 1173 Couple Bath. After putting on an apron, Lin Feng started to work. Chop, 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 chop. A rhythmic sound of chopping vegetables and meat rang out in the kitchen. Zhang Yuxi turned on the TV and waited for Lin Feng to make her delicious food. About half an hour later, the dish was ready. Lin Feng brought the dish to the dining table. After washing his hands, he came over and hugged Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi was enjoying the whole process. The satisfied smile on her face never stopped. Soon the two of them enjoyed the food happily. After dinner, Lin Feng cleaned up the tableware. Then he carried Zhang Yuxi back to the sofa. The two of them watched TV and ate fruit. Such a life is really wonderful. Simple happiness. But all this is based on economic foundation. And it just so happens that Lin Feng is not short of money. There is nothing we can do about it. The life of rich people is so simple and unpretentious. Wife, tomorrow morning, I will take you to school, and then I will go to the company, Lin Feng said to Zhang Yuxi. Yes. If time is not enough, I can take a taxi myself, Zhang Yuxi said. It's okay. No matter how big the world is, my wife is the most important, Lin Feng said with a smile. Hey. Hearing Lin Feng's words, Zhang Yuxi couldn't help laughing. Hubby, you are getting better and better at making me happy, Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. No way, I have always thought so. I'm just stating a fact, Lin Feng said nonsense seriously. Okay, okay. Hubby, whatever you say is right. Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes at Lin Feng and said. Hubby, let's go wash up, and then your husband will accompany you to go shopping tonight. I haven't accompanied you for a walk for a long time. Lin Feng suddenly thought of something. He looked at Zhang Yuxi and said. Shopping. Okay. Zhang Yuxi's eyes lit up and she said excitedly. Okay, then I'll carry you upstairs to wash up, Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, give me a hug. Zhang Yuxi opened her arms and said coquettishly. Okay. Lin Feng picked up Yan Xinren. The two went upstairs to wash up. Since they were going out shopping, of course they had to go out beautifully. I guess this is what every girl would think. Then the two went upstairs to wash up. Of course it was a mandarin duck bath. Honey, I'm ready. Let's go shopping, Zhang Yuxi said happily. Okay, let's go, Lin Feng also said with a smile. Then the two of them took their things, held hands and took the elevator downstairs. Yan Xinren wore a snow-white dress, revealing only 2 white feet. Her hair was slightly draped over her shoulders and scattered. The whole person looked like a little fairy. And Lin Feng simply wore a set of casual clothes. The two stood together. Absolutely a golden boy and a jade girl. Absolutely a match made in heaven. Those so-called popular traffic stars, little flowers, and so on, are completely scum. It's simply a world of difference. Soon the two came to the underground parking lot downstairs. Ding. Lin Feng pressed the car key. Then the family got in the car. Lin Feng was still gentle and considerate to help Zhang Yuxi fasten the seat belt. Wife, you are so beautiful tonight. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and praised with a smile on his face. He. Silly look, Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Okay, let's go. I want to buy, Zhang Yuxi said happily. Okay. Let's go now. Shop, buy. Lin Feng nodded with a smile. After that, he started the car and set off. Soon Lin Feng's black Mercedes-Benz G disappeared in the underground parking lot. About 30 minutes later, the two came to a large and prosperous shopping mall in the center of Beijing. After parking the car, the two took the elevator hand in hand to the upstairs of the mall. Honey, then I'm going to start shopping, Zhang Yuxi said with a smile, holding Lin Feng's arm. Shop, buy. Lin Feng waved generously. Then the two of them went shopping in luxury stores. Oh my. Look over there. That guy is so handsome. That woman is so beautiful, like a fairy. They should be a couple. Handsome man and beautiful woman, I'm so envious. A group of passers-by pointed at Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi. The two didn't care. There's nothing they can do. Every time they go out alone, it's like this. If you want to blame someone, you can only blame them for being too good-looking. There's nothing they can do. Being good-looking also has its troubles. So the two walked forward quickly hand in hand. Then they entered a luxury store. Honey, take a look, how about this bag? Zhang Yuxi held a bag and asked Lin Feng for his opinion. Not bad, not bad, it goes well with your outfit today. Buy it. Lin Feng nodded and said seriously. Then, Zhang Yuxi handed the bag to Lin Feng to hold first. Then the two of them started shopping casually again. Honey, I think this dress suits you very well. Lin Feng looked at a skirt in front of him and said. Which one? This one. Zhang Yuxi asked. Yes, I think this one suits my wife's temperament very well. Lin Feng nodded. No way, I think this style is too revealing. Zhang Yuxi said with a somewhat tangled face. Oh, forget it, others are not allowed to see it. When Lin Feng heard about exposure, he instantly lost interest in the dress. He looked at the dress with disgust and said. Hey, silly husband. Yes, don't buy this one. Let's take a look at the others. Zhang Yuxi was amused by Lin Feng's look. Then the two of them looked at them casually again. Husband, I don't like the others. Let's buy these from this store. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay, then wife, let's go check out and then go shopping at the next store. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Then the two of them went to the counter to pay. These things cost a total of 250,000. It turns out that the life of a wealthy person is so simple and unpretentious. After paying the bill, the two of them went to the next luxury store. This is a jewelry store. Lin Feng plans to buy a few necklaces for Zhang Yuxi. After all, girls love beauty. Wearing a skirt and matching a necklace will be even more perfect. Welcome. As soon as the two walked to the door, the waiter greeted them warmly. Hello, do you want to buy bracelets or pendants? The waiter asked enthusiastically. Well, wife, let's take a look at pendants. I want to buy you a few necklaces. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and said gently. Okay, listen to your husband. Zhang Yuxi said with a sweet smile. Well, please introduce us to a few necklaces of better quality. Lin Feng said casually to the waiter. Okay. Sir, Mom, please follow me, the waiter said respectfully. Chapter 1174 Blue Dream. Sir, Madam, this Blue Dream is the flagship model in our store. I think it suits this lady very well. It's a perfect match in terms of temperament. The waiter introduced enthusiastically. Wife, what do you think of this one? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and asked. I don't like this kind. Zhang Yuxi shook her head. Okay. Lin Feng nodded. Hello, how about this? Take out all the most expensive necklaces in your store, let's take a look. Lin Feng said casually to the waiter. Okay, please wait. I'll get it right away. The waiter said respectfully. Then he turned around to get the necklace. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi looked at it casually. Hey, wife, what do you think of this bracelet? Is it suitable for Mom? Lin Feng suddenly saw a pair of bracelets and asked Zhang Yuxi. Yes, I think it's quite suitable. Zhang Yuxi looked over and nodded. Is that so? I think so too. Then let's buy 2 bracelets. One for your mom and one for my mom. Well, pick 2 different styles. Take them back when the time comes. They should be very happy. Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay. Zhang Yuxi also smiled. This silly husband is really thoughtful. Then wife, take a look, which one will my mom like? You pick it. Lin Feng said with a smile. Then the two of them started to study together. Husband, let's go with these 2. My mom should like the one with lotus flowers. As for my mom, this one with dragons and phoenixes is more in line with her temperament. Zhang Yuxi said. Okay. Listen to my wife. Just ask the waiter to help you check out later. Lin Feng nodded. At this time, the waiter came back with several necklaces. Sir, Madam, these are the best necklaces in our store. The waiter introduced with a smile. Then he introduced the materials and meanings of several necklaces to the two of them one by one. Wife, what do you think of these necklaces? Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi and asked. Yes, they are all pretty good. Zhang Yuxi nodded. Girls are more interested in these sparkling things. Okay. Hello, help me pack up a few necklaces and the 2 bracelets over there. Lin Feng said casually to the waiter. Sir, do you want all of these? The waiter was stunned for a moment, then said with a look of shock. I want all of them. Lin Feng said casually. Okay. I'll pack them for you right away. The waiter said hurriedly with an excited look on his face. Honey, all of them. Isn't this a bit too much? Zhang Yuxi pulled Lin Feng's hand and whispered. It's okay. As long as my wife likes it, we want them all. Besides, only children make choices, adults want them all. Lin Feng gently patted Zhang Yuxi's little hand and said with a doting look. Oh, okay. Zhang Yuxi had no choice but to say it helplessly. Since Lin Feng said so, then let's take them all. Although she knew that her family was not short of money, she still felt a little distressed to spend so much at one time. Well, help me pack all these. And the pair of bracelets over there. Oh, by the way, leave this one for me, we will wear it now. Lin Feng said to the waiter lightly. Then he picked up one of them. It was the one that matched Zhang Yuxi's clothes today, and then helped Zhang Yuxi put it on. Although Zhang Yuxi felt sorry for the money, she was still very happy in her heart. Because Lin Feng had never been reluctant to spend money on her. Honey, does it look good? Zhang Yuxi turned around and said to Lin Feng. Yes, this necklace is perfect on my wife. Well, it's mainly because my wife is beautiful. Like a fairy. Lin Feng praised with a smile. It's not that exaggerated. You are just a sweet talker. Zhang Yuxi said with a smile. Mom, I think the gentleman is right. This necklace is really a perfect match for you. It's so beautiful. The waiter said with envy. Wife, look at it. I'm not lying. It's really beautiful. Lin Feng said with a smile. Oh, Zhang Yuxi couldn't help laughing. Then the two went to the counter to pay. Just as they were paying, a voice came over. Huh? Brother Lin, I didn't expect to meet you here. What a coincidence. Huh? Lin Feng turned his head with a puzzled look in the direction where the voice came from. This person looked familiar, but he couldn't remember who he was for a moment. You are. The person had already walked in front of Lin Feng. I am Yi Chen from the Yi family. I talked to Brother Lin at the club last time. Yi Chen said. Oh. I remember. Brother Yi, you are here today too. What a coincidence. Lin Feng suddenly realized. It turned out that this person was Brother Huang Meolong's cousin. No wonder he looked familiar. Well, is this your sister-in-law? Yi Chen smiled and nodded to Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi also nodded to him politely. Brother Yi, are you here shopping with your girlfriend? Lin Feng glanced at the female companion next to Yi Chen and asked casually. Oh. Yes, this is my girlfriend Su Xiaoli. Xiaoli, this is young Master Lin, call someone. Yi Chen said to the female companion beside him. Hello, Mr. Lin. Su Xiaoli nodded to Lin Feng and greeted him. Hello, Miss Su. Lin Feng said. Then the few of them chatted casually for a few words and then separated. As for the conflict, it will not arise. After all, even if Yi Chen didn't fight with Lin Feng because of the affairs of the Yi and Chen families. Looking at Yi Chen's disappearing back, Lin Feng shook his head and smiled. After Yi Chen left, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi continued to go shopping and buy. When Lin Feng's hands were full of big and small bags, the two stopped. Husband, thank you for your hard work. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with a smile and said. It's okay, as long as my wife is happy. Lin Feng looked at Zhang Yuxi with a smile and said. Husband, let's go home. Zhang Yuxi said with a satisfied look. Okay, let's go home. Lin Feng said with a smile. Then the two of them went back home happily. Chapter 1175, So Cool and So Grand. About half an hour later, the two returned to the community. Huh? Hubby, I'm so tired. But I haven't been so happy for a long time. Zhang Yuxi exhaled, then went to the sofa, tired and happy. Hey, little fool. Take a rest, then go wash up. Lin Feng rubbed Zhang Yuxi's little head, with a doting look on his face. Okay. Hubby, you should take a rest too. Hubby has worked hard today. Zhang Yuxi looked at Lin Feng with a distressed face. Hubby, it's okay, these things are not hard. Lin Feng smiled. Looking at the pile of things in front of him, his little face was full of happy smiles. Hubby, there are so many things. Tonight I spent more than 1 million in total. I feel so bad. Zhang Yuxi said with a distressed look. Little fool. Okay. This little money is nothing. And isn't the reason why I husbands make money to spend it. What's more, this money is for my wife to be beautiful. Then it should be spent even more. Lin Feng said with a smile. Hubby, you are so good to me. Zhang Yuxi threw herself into Lin Feng's arms. She was full of happiness. Okay, silly wife is here. Let's go upstairs to wash up. I'm tired today, let's rest early. Lin Feng said gently. Okay. I want my husband to carry me upstairs. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. Okay, my husband will carry you. Lin Feng smiled. Then he picked up Zhang Yuxi. Then the two went upstairs. Soon, after the two finished washing up, they nestled in the quilt to watch a movie. Lin Feng was very satisfied with the projection in the room. It was indeed right to install this projection screen at the beginning. It's so comfortable to lie on the bed and watch a movie. After watching a movie, the two turned off the lights and went to bed. Soon they fell asleep. The next morning, they got up early. After Lin Feng made breakfast for Zhang Yuxi, he drove her to school. Then he drove to Xinghu Building, the floor where his company was located. The entire floor was Lin Feng's office of Yuxi Pharmaceutical Company, Limited. Anyway, it was all given by his uncle Zhou Sunhu. No money. When he came downstairs, Su Qing was already waiting for him downstairs. Su Qing had just talked to Lin Feng on the phone on the way. Everything was arranged, just waiting for Lin Feng to arrive. Su Qing saw Lin Feng's black Mercedes-Benz G from a distance, and the tension on her face finally relaxed. Huh? She let out a long breath. She was relieved that Lin Feng was here. After all, if Lin Feng was not there for such a big thing, she would not be able to hold on. After parking the car, Lin Feng walked towards Su Qing. He had just seen Su Jing. As soon as he walked in front of Su Qing, she spoke. Mr. Lin, you are here. I have arranged everything above, just waiting for you. Su Qing said respectfully. Lin Feng nodded. Then he looked at the watch on his hand. It was only a little after 8:50. It was still early. Okay. Then let's go up first. By the way, I haven't seen it yet even though it's done here. It's still early, take me for a walk. Lin Feng said with a smile. He is really not competent as a boss. He is just a hands-off boss. Okay. Boss Lin, please come with me. Su Qing said with a smile. Then the two of them took the elevator upstairs. Ling. The elevator reached the upper floor. When the two of them got out of the elevator, they saw a very grand office facade. There were a few big words written on it, Yuxi Pharmaceutical Company, Limited. Lin Feng nodded with satisfaction. This is really well done. The two walked into the office. The lady sitting at the front desk was still the same lady from before, Han Lily. Hello, Boss Lin. The lady at the front desk, Han Lily, hurriedly stood up and said. She lowered her head, her little face flushed. I don't know if she was nervous or shy when she saw Lin Feng. Hello. Lin Feng smiled slightly and nodded casually. Swish. The lady at the front desk blushed even more. Then Lin Feng and Su Qing walked into the office. The whole floor is the office of Yuxi Pharmaceutical, which is really grand. And many people are already sitting here. It seems that the personnel of each department have been recruited. It seems that Su Qing is really capable. Lin Feng thought to himself. Pa. Everyone put down the work in your hands first. Our general manager Lin is here. Su Qing clapped her hands and said loudly. Wow. Hoo-la-la. The sound of chairs moving rang out one after another. Everyone stood up. The one next to me is the big boss of our company, General Manager Lin. Some colleagues have met General Manager Lin before. But the new colleagues behind have not met General Manager Lin, so everyone should remember General Manager Lin's handsome appearance. Now, please let our General Manager Lin say a few words. Everyone applaud and welcome him. Su Qing said with a smile. Pa. Thunderous applause rang out in the whole office. The applause was endless. Lin Feng waved his hand and signaled everyone to be quiet. Everyone is very enthusiastic, which is a good thing. I hope everyone can also put this enthusiasm into work. However, today is a special day. Allow everyone to relax and be wild today. Because today is the official opening day of Yuxi Pharmaceutical Company, Limited. So everyone should relax today, don't be too restrained. Lin Feng said a lot of things. Okay, that's it for today. Let's hold a company meeting later to talk about the details. Wait for the ribbon-cutting ceremony, and everyone will have fun together. Lin Feng said. Pa pa pa. Pa pa pa. Pa pa pa. Amid the applause of the crowd, Lin Feng came to his office under the guidance of Su Qing. Boss Lin, this is your exclusive office. Su Qing said with a smile. As soon as he entered the office, Lin Feng was slightly surprised by the scene in front of him. Tisk 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 tisk. This office is really good. It seems to occupy a quarter of the entire floor. It is very spacious inside. There is a sofa reception area. There is also an independent office area. There is also a door inside. It is probably a small room used as a lounge. Lin Feng looked around and was very satisfied with this office. It was cool, big, and grand. Who wouldn't like such an office? Boss Lin, are you satisfied with this office? Oh, by the way, the room inside is reserved for you to take a break at noon. Boss Lin, if you come here occasionally, you can take a break inside at noon. Su Qing introduced. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.